So you want to learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knox guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the Monday nights than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
Our hokey song. I love it. It makes me so happy.
Three though. I don't understand.
There's like 4 bearded dudes today. Like there's a whole, and then you know
one
Matt,
trying.
and then
4 beers, 1 cup.
Matt's pubes.
I am not the cup. Putting that out there right now.
I don't know. Now it's more entertaining.
Right?
Drawing a line.
It's like ZZ Top. The one guy that has the name beard doesn't have the beard.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Two Beerded Guys. I'm
his last name's actually
TVG Ops
Beard,
Guy.
too.
Mudhog B&Q.
Our guest today, the first part,
Kyle.
and the second part,
Brian Pine.
both from Hoosier Brewing Company, and behind the camera, the one, the only.
Thank
Off-screen
God
Matt.
You can't see him.
Yeah, and we're just lucky that we're the only ones that has to look at him. His facial hair's starting to grow back in, but it's kind of like after you shave your balls where it starts to grow back in a little bit.
Is that why it itches down here?
You put baby powder on that?
Oh, talc man.
But we have a great lineup. We actually added one from the picture, so there's actually 9 beers lined up. Plus, there's a chance we'll sample at least 1 or 2 Hoosier brews while we're here. They brought some fire, not only for future episodes, but for us to talk about today. So we're excited about that. Hoosiers, I mean, they're one of the breweries that are most popular in the Indy area. They're growing quickly and renowned outside of Indiana. I mean, it's hype beer. It's fire beer. It's what people are wanting, and they're producing it at a high rate right now.
Yeah.
Great following up north, I should mention.
I believe
Hashtag
that.
up north.
Hashtag up north.
Up north.
NORF.
NORF. Hashtag up north. But yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, it's everywhere you go anymore. It's, hey, have you had that Hoosier Brewing Company? You're from Indy. Have you had Hoosier?
Maybe Hoosier.
Yes, I fucking had Hoosier, all right? I mean, I'm from Indy. It's impossible not to.
Can
but
you give me some Hoosier?
Hoosier? Plus, I mean, anybody that's named Hoosier when you live in Indiana, you got to at least try it once. Like, if you don't try the Hoosier Brewing Company while you live in Indiana, I mean, I feel like you're a failure.
And we'll get a chance to talk about going there, too, because it's a
absolutely.
great place to go and have fun.
Absolutely. As always, we score our beers on the untapped quarter increments because we're too cheap to pay for 0.1. That, and who the fuck needs to pay for that? I'm sorry. But 3 is a perfectly average beer because we believe in helping craft breweries out, and 2.5 is a bullshit score for an average. So 3 is perfectly average, meaning, nothing special, but it's there. Above that's above average. 4 or higher, seek out. So if I like this beer so much that I'm going to find it again, whether it's in England, Denver, wherever, I will find a way to buy it. Total Wine, thank you.
Cuts out a lot of those flight times, huh?
It really does. But that's a 4 or higher. 4, 7, 5, and 5. It's out of 5. So those 2 scores are like, these are some of the best beers we've ever had. Under 3, below average, but 2 to 3, still respectable beer. 1 to 1.75. That's all right. Somebody, I already bought this. Somebody gave it to me. I'll drink it. I'll be nice. Under a 1 is drain pour. We've yet to ever drain pour on the show because Mama didn't raise no bitches. But
Because there's
we have definitely
sober kids in Africa.
We have definitely. I was going to use that one later.
Sorry.
We definitely have scored some in that range, unfortunately. Listerman twice for the same beer, 2 different years.
Oh, I hate to hear that, man.
Listerman has one of the highest scores we've ever given a beer, and also the 2 lowest scores we've ever given a beer.
Listerman is one of my favorites. I'd love to. I'd love to have a
Listerman
score.
pride.
Yeah.
It was funny because we tried it last year's version, and we're like, it was just, I mean, it tasted like dirty, like hot dog water, like honey.
It's more like honey mustard, yeah.
Hot dog water combo. So then we're like, you know what? Maybe just somebody fuck something.
I'm like, I
right?
like honey mustard,
Somebody
so like, it's
fuck
not
something
supposed to be
up.
right.
So it came back out this year. We're like, we're going to get it this year. We're going to try it again. You know, it was better, and yet still got a 0.25. Like, when it's better and it still got the lowest score we'll give anything, that's not good. Yeah. But other than that, like I said, Listerman's had some of the highest scores we ever given beers. They have one of our 5s on the show, but they also have our 0.25. So, you know, it's one or the other. Our first beer of the night, though, is not going to be that one.
We didn't do anticipated.
Oh, we didn't.
And we got to go to Matt for comments.
I don't
You're
want
just
comments.
rushing forward.
I want beer. I want beer. Matt, comments. We'll do that first.
Tyler's very excited. Russell's
I'm in a
on.
good mood.
Russell, Tyler say the love muscle. Owens says, "What's up, guys? OSM has Listerman in his future. I do.
Yes, I know what this is.
Oh, okay.
How does the guy who live away from Listerman sending Matt Listerman?
Maybe we're figuring something out.
This should be entertaining.
I'm always down to try it. I always have high hopes, just they've not been living up to my hopes lately. And Butt Pirate Steph is on. Says, hello, gentlemen.
Steph?
She lives 2 blocks away from Hoosier and walks there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If you see her walk in, you guys just say, hey, Butt Pirate.
Oh my god, I hope that happens one day.
I'll show you a picture.
I don't.
I'll show you a picture so if you see her and her husband walk in, you can just yell at.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah, if I saw a picture, I probably would recognize.
God, that'd be so damn funny.
Yeah, they're on the corner of like Pearl Street, so yeah, I've been over there walking down there.
Yeah, that's like the
literally
next road over from us.
Oh, they come by quite often.
Awesome.
Yeah, she says you probably know her face if you saw her.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'd probably know her face if I saw her. I see hundreds of people on the daily, so
Sounds about right. That's a rough problem to have.
yeah.
As a brewery, it's a rough problem to have to see hundreds of people.
Well, it's not every day. I'll say that. There are some days that are slower than others.
He's like,
but-
there is one day a week that's rough. We only see 75. It's fine. I won't brag too much.
I see a lot of people. People come in all the time, and they're like, I recognize you from the event way up north, like
Where you saw 3,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, hi. Nice to see you again, but
That's my favorite part about doing events in general is the amount of people like, man, we saw you here last year. Like at the same event, and you're like,
yep.
I was up in Fort Wayne. And
John had someone say he looked up his kilt the year before. We didn't remember
I
that.
don't remember that. I was in Fort Wayne for working a beer fest, and same thing, of course. It's just like, oh yeah, you're so and so. I'm like, oh yeah, hey. But then the night before, I was smart. I brought a case of beer for the hotel clerk I was staying.
Right.
And that whole next day, like people were like, oh, you're the guy who gave the hotel clerk beer. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's a good move.
Like, yeah, sure.
Word got around.
The hotel clerk evidently told everyone.
Everyone.
Russell says, continuing the compliments on the Hoosier tie-dye shirt back there, says he loves the shirt. And he says, speaking of shirts, he and Liz received their TBG shirts today.
Good to hear. This shirt actually.
I say it looks like maybe like the shirt that Tyler's wearing.
Yeah, we still have a few if you're interested in buying one. Most anticipated beer, Matt.
I am going to have to go with the Das Vidania. That rye barrel aged stout from I don't know if we've had stuff from them before.
We've had Distill a few times.
I felt like familiar. I can't remember, but not a lot. I'm curious to see what that's got to do.
My man.
What are you most anticipating?
Oh, I have no idea. I just like
We
beer.
gave you so much time.
I didn't see if there was any lagers over there.
We have a Pilsner.
Pilsner, that works. That'll be the
Perfect.
one for me then.
Perfect.
John?
You know what? I'm going to anticipate the L-Smith. That design on that bottle is pretty awesome.
Speedway Stout.
And, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
My man.
Man, I'm all about bourbon barrel stouts. So that rye barrel sounds good.
Knew I liked you.
Yeah, man. The Hopping Frog though, that's probably my second go-to.
Strong chance.
For me, I'm going to go with Dank Demon. I haven't had a good IPA in a while. I'm hoping it lives up. So I want something. I've had some good New Englands lately, but
Is
I
that
miss
West Coast or
it.
New
It's more
England?
West Coast style.
Right on.
I'm a huge West Coast kind of guy, and damn it, I just really want just one that tastes like what it's supposed to.
I'm getting a lot more into the West Coast. I started out with New England style. IPAs were never really my jam, but they kind of are now.
I do love the fact the brewer did try to get a Pilsner to pick, though. True to form.
Dude, brewers love
Pilsners
lagers
are your
and
brewer's
Pilsners.
favorite
It's
beer,
fine.
right?
It's a flaw.
This is his one that he won, so I'll
Yep.
give him a little extra of that one,
Thank you.
and then short him on the others.
Short him on the others.
When you're anticipating the Pilsner, you got to get that has to be the one you got to get a little extra of.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is Velton's Pilsner. This one is from
Deutschland?
Probably. I can't find it.
Nice and clear, yeah.
It smells kind of German.
There it is. It's brewed in Germany by Brasi S. A whole bunch of words I can't pronounce. Let's see if I can find the ABV on it.
My heritage didn't fail me. I didn't know the smell.
4.8 on this one.
Nice, clean, simple can art. I dig it.
Yeah, that's very German when it comes to just simple can art. Very crisp.
Not quite as hoppy pilsner as some of them can be.
No, which doesn't bother me.
No, but I was expecting maybe a few more.
Very crisp, very clean.
Absolutely. Beer flavored beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which sometimes that's just, damn it. We have a whole bunch of stuff with a whole bunch of flavors right here, right? But damn it, there is something to be said about beer that just tastes.
Oh, dude,
like
hot summer
beer.
day, beer flavored beer is some of the best.
I bought one earlier at Total Wine today that literally was from Braxton Labs, and I bought it literally because it was called Garage Beer. And on the can it says beer flavored beer, and I literally
Nice.
went, and this is a beer that's getting purchased.
The marketing worked.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just refreshing. This one, like that's a good, crisp, clean. Like it's got a beautiful color to it. You can tell it's nicely crafted.
Very crushable.
Oh yeah. I'd have a few of these after work.
Yeah, the aroma was. I liked a little bit of bready on the aroma. I'm a fan of it. Anybody else have anything about it that they? Brewer, what about you, my man? This is a brewer's beer right here.
Good.
Man, a few words.
It is his style.
Yeah, the guy that brews for Hoosier that gets to throw all sorts of fun things in a can or in a pot literally gets to sit here and go, German purity law beer. That's beer.
There's
Yes.
probably some correlation there of you do crazy stuff at work. You want something simple to drink. You don't have to think about it a ton.
And it's low enough ABV that if you've had to sample stuff at work, done other things, that if you want a beer after work, but you can still drive home, it's a nice one that's a simple, I can have a beer or two and not be like, oh boy, I got to wait to go anywhere. This is a beer or two that's like, yeah, all right. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, right?
Also, be a great like just sunny day beer, like
Oh, for
summer,
sure.
beach, lawnmower, like any of that kind of jazz.
Walking
like,
over to the pool for the 4th of July,
Yep.
being at the pool the 4th of July.
Oh, it's so hot. Watching the neighborhood kids ride around on bikes on the 4th of July parade. Oh, wait, that's just this neighborhood. My bad. They don't start drinking early here.
We're just continuing
The night
point.
before. Yeah. Again, I already went over the scoring, right? Perfect. I'm not used to actually being that far ahead of time.
Yeah, you're really on it today. What have you done with Tyler?
I'm coherent today.
How much Untapped work have you done this week?
Not as much. I left my
Okay.
notebook.
And he's back.
Yeah.
I left the notebook. It's not my fault.
Stefan just jumped on. What's up, sir?
Stefan! The wonderful man from Hopper.
Progenitor of is that the right word? Hoplore?
Yeah, we love
Sure.
Stefan.
He's a hard man not to like.
Yeah, he's a good time.
Subaru and Pit Vipers. I mean, it's a pretty badass combination.
Yeah, when you deliver your beer in the shittiest beat up car,
Subaru.
the Subaru,
Yeah.
and the best part is everybody fucking knows who it is.
Oh yeah.
You see that car outside a building, you're like, oh, Stefan's here. John, score
This
it.
beer. I think it's really great. I don't necessarily know if I will go seek it out, which that would make it a 4 for me. But I'm going to go 3.75. I think it's fantastic.
What about you, Kevin?
Kyle.
Shit. Hey,
So close.
I was due. I was due.
No, I'm gonna say the same thing. 3.75. It's great, clean, crisp pills, but it's not one I would definitely like be out and about to go grab.
It's one if I saw it.
If
though.
I saw it, yeah. If I see it on the shelf somewhere, or
It's going to be a 3.75 average because I'm right there with you, Kyle. I am. So, Matt, what about you? You don't count. 'Cause the only scores we actually care about are on camera. But, the off-camera people, we like to hear from them as well. Brian?
Sometimes.
If he remembers to ask.
I'll give it a 4.5. That is a beer that I would.
I expected
makes
that. Yeah.
That's
Your
right-
brewer
that's-
is showing.
That's right.
That might be my
It's
favorite term I've
crisp,
heard in a
it's
while.
clean, it's beautiful. There's a little bit of dankness from the hops on it. The finish is great. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth. I'd seek that out. That's pretty good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a place for when it's not as hoppy as others, but I wish it would have had just a little more dankness. A lot of pilsner, just a little bit more. Might have taken me over a 4, but I enjoyed it either way. It's not like if somebody walked in with a cooler full of those, I'd be like, oh, darn, I have to drink that beer today. Shucks.
Like when we had the cooler roulette at Hops and Coasters, and
Still one of our greatest things. So, Hops and Coaster Drops, right? We go
Yeah.
every year. We get a cabin.
I've done it the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Love
so
that event.
yeah, we've done it both years. It's been a blast. We get a cabin. We always get way too drunk on Friday night, and we get way too drunk on Saturday night. But we invite anybody who wants to come over to the cabin, especially brewers, brewery people, have a little party, right? Well, this year we decided, you know what, we're going to clear out the fridge a little bit. Because as you guys can tell when you walked in, we have a
we have a
ton of beer.
ample amount.
So we took this giant ass cooler of John's,
Veritable
filled it
cornucopia.
with just some really good beer, some beer that was shit that we were wanting to get rid of. Just all sorts of shit went into this cooler.
Some Bud Light.
But you weren't allowed to look.
Okay.
You could have as much
That's-
free beer as you wanted, but it was just reach in and grab. You got one send back for the weekend. So if you were there both days, you only got one send back.
Yeah.
Some people did a send back and went from shitty beer to really good beer. It was perfect.
More did the opposite.
Thad from Michiana Beer Reviewers tried to do that and went from a Bud Light to one of the worst stouts I've ever had in my life, the Black is Beautiful series that we had left over. That was such a bad beer. But he got that. He just went, oh, I got a stout. And I'm like, he took a drink and went,
Jokes on
oh,
you.
now I see why it's in the cooler. We're like, yes. He goes, I should have stayed with the Bud Light. And I'm like, yeah, you should have. Why do you think we all went? Bud Light's safe at least, man. You don't understand what else is in that cooler.
We might have loaded that a little.
That's how we sample at our place. Piney doesn't like to know what he's drinking at first. So
I like the blind taste test. We've done with Smolar a blind taste test episode. So.
We have. That's a
Which included Steel Reserve, and I learned a lot about myself that day.
Steel Reserve cold. Pretty solid beer.
Yeah, fresh, cold, and not 24 ounces where you can like drink it down while it's still cold. Actually, pretty good.
You got to play Edward 40 hands or something with the Steel Reserve.
Yeah, like
Steel Reserve, once it warms up in any way, shape, or form. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, once above like 35 degrees, you're like, oh, you missed your point now.
Hey, you got a little more this time. Damn, John.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's fine. You've been dying to try this.
Oh, it's
This is Russian River Brewing Company's Blind Pig. This was bottled on, that's not even a date. There it is, 10/4/22.
2 months.
We have an ABV of 6.25.
Shit, that means it was a week fresh when I got it.
Blind Pig is a Prohibition-era term for a speakeasy. Our very first brewery was named Blind Pig Brewing Company, which was located somewhere in California. It was here that we first fell in love with IPAs and hops. Our Blind Pig IPA is generously hopped with hints of citrus, woody notes, and a lingering bitterness. Keep refrigerated and consume fresh.
fun fact: Hoosier Brewing Company, our current location used to be called the Blind Pig. So
Really?
yeah, I might have to snag that.
We've got a bottle of that up on our.
Oh, do we?
Our shelf.
Yeah, so I was pretty sure I'd had this one before. So
Two things I just learned was I didn't know the Blind Pig was a term for a speakeasy. That's pretty dope. That's what like Davenport of like 1930s terms that need to come back. And
I hate you.
I'm working on bringing Davenport back. It's been an
We know, dear.
uphill
appreciate
battle
that.
for like 5 years. But also back here, I got to notice that even unannounced, everyone has done the patented smaller swirl on this one.
Well, it's almost like they work in the craft beer industry.
It's almost like they know what they're doing. Yeah.
Blind Tiger is another term too. In fact, there's a bar in New York City called that. That's pretty
Really?
beer popular.
Which is why Barley had Blind Tiger.
Learning so much.
Ooh, I like the smell on that. I really do.
This was honestly, and obviously Pliny was amazing. This was my favorite beer on tap out there.
Very drinkable, very crushable.
oh yeah,
While having a nice little hop bite. Not over the top. This isn't smash you in the face hoppy. This isn't, but it's clean. It's crisp. It's that nice West Coast. It's not hazy. It's not thick. It is very much that. I'm giving you that dankness, that piney, that resin. But it's not just beating you up with it. It's a good combo, especially for people that may not like IPAs as much, like Matt. It's a good way to make them drink a little bit danker beer without being just.
The hop your face.
Yeah, because Matt's the guy in the room that is less than enthusiastic about IPAs, But what's really funny is he went from not liking them at all to now all of a sudden there'll be nights where it's like one of his favorite beers because we've converted him by making him drink them enough.
I haven't fully converted, but I've grown
We've gotten pretty
appreciation.
close.
Yeah.
Lupulin threshold shift. I think that's
Is that
Vinny's term, I believe, from Russian River.
That's awesome.
As you drink more and more, you're just like, more hops, can't have enough. So
Can we get a
Slowly.
beer named Lupulin Threshold Shift, and then like a Millennium Falcon Hop starting to go to war for me?
Tyler's already writing it down.
I hate you.
Like I picture that, and yes, right over the event horizon.
Yeah, man.
The
My
movie?
advice, start out like I started out. I started out, I was never an IPA guy. Shit, I'll admit it, man. I was never really a craft beer guy until I started working for Hoosier, and fell in love with our stouts. That's where I started. Which oddly enough, I was terrified of dark beer in the beginning because I
Because
had
you used to drink Guinness.
Oh, dude, I had a very terrible experience with Guinness one night. There's a bar down in
It's only 4%. How much Guinness do you have to drink to have a terrible night?
But I was
Car bombs.
Touche.
yeah.
there's a bar down in Edinburgh called the Outer Limits. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
I haven't been in there.
You're not missing much.
Great sales pitch.
I don't even think it's open anymore. But I think I went in there when I was 20, and me and my buddies, we were playing quarters with a beer tower of Guinness, and yeah, I was drinking other alcohol on top of that. But terrible experience with Guinness one night. So from then on, it was like,
Can you imagine how much of a nightmare pouring a beer tower of Guinness would be?
Terrible. I'd fathom.
If it was on nitro like it's supposed to be?
Right.
Like, that would be a pain in the ass. Anyway, so, as there... Yes, dear?
I thought I was going to get there before you started going.
Go ahead,
but,
bud.
well, Stefan said, unpopular opinion. He's going to jump on John's side here. This beats Pliny, says Stephen King.
I would have to agree.
See, I think I liked Pliny a little better, but I'm a huge fan of this.
And Russell also says, since I'm reading comments here, he once bet his brother he couldn't drink or slow drink a PBR 40, drinking it over the course of an hour, after the bottle sat on the porch for a day during the summer.
Ooh.
Woof! It's the best $50 you ever spent.
Matt, go ahead with the rinse.
Yeah,
if
just
you
wait for
don't
him to
mind.
finish up.
Now, while he's doing that, so at Hoosier, obviously you guys do a ton of events, whether in the space or like with you do a ton of outside events, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This
I'd say
year,
probably 90% of the events, I'm usually the one man in them up.
when you're doing these events, especially the ones outside of Hoosier, because we'll talk about more what's going on at Hoosier here in a sec, what was the biggest response? Like, what beer seems to get, what type of beer, or what beer really gets people? Because you guys always have a line. I see you guys every event.
Yeah.
We usually actually, like, Matt and I have a bad habit of just skipping your guys' booth, not because we don't want to drink it, it's just because I'm like, I can get 4 different breweries beers, or I can wait in line for one.
By the time you get
I'm going to get 4 breweries beers.
I love doing the events by myself. However, occasionally I will bring some people along with me. I mean, Kelly and my girlfriend Katie, they both worked with me last year at Hops and Coaster Drops. This year, I was by my lonesome. I mean, we were short-staffed at the time. So that's part of the reason for the line, especially this year.
Oh, yeah.
But even when we have 2-3 people with us, I mean,
you guys always seem to be backed up.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
Is it always the fruited stuff? Because what do you guys normally bring to these events?
Like I said, so it depends. If we're doing a can event, or a sampling event for the most part, we started using cans just because it's easier. But it's mostly sours. We'll bring an IPA or 2 if we have them. We'll also, if we have a stout canned, I mean, we'll try and bring a stout. I being that I work most of them, I try to bring a variety of everything, just because I we're known for our sours. However, like I want to showcase other beers as well.
Well, I know at Full Fest you had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you had a gaggle of beers there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So I did get slightly ahead of myself because I wanted to ask about a little bit more about Hoosier, but we haven't scored this one yet. So you are first to score the past beer we just did. So Blind
Okay.
Pig.
Blind Pig.
Yep.
I'd say definitely a 4. For me, not huge into West Coast style IPAs. However, just kind of leaning more gradually into them here recently. One of the best I've had. I've had Pliny a couple of times. Or no, I've had Pliny once. I've had this particular one, a couple of times. So, it's definitely great. It's a good one.
I'm going to go ahead and give it a slight bump. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think it's fantastic beer. He said enough about it. I don't need to. John?
Like I said, a week old, untapped. That beer was fire. It's still fire. It would have been a 5 then. It's a 4.5 now.
So we're looking at a 4.25. No, is it still 4.5? I think
Well,
on
it's
4.5. That's 9.
carry the 2.
Carry the 15 minus a 7.
That's 4.25.
All right, I was right, and I second guessed myself. Matt, what would you give it, Mr. IPA?
Adhering to the not so big of an IPA fan camp, I still can appreciate that it's good. I'm going to try to meet somewhere in the middle. I'm going to give it 3.75. Personally, I think I remember liking the Pliny better myself. I don't know what I'd attribute that to, but just something about this one didn't quite hit the same notes for me. But solidly made. I'm sure people that are more West Coasters would really dig it.
Brian?
They've always managed to amaze me with making beers hoppy without making them hoppy. I know that makes no sense.
No, it does, though.
For
But
us,
it's
I agree.
It's like there's a almost like a feeling on your mouth of the hops that are in there, and then it just dissipates. Like it doesn't linger, it doesn't leave any harsh notes. Not going to necessarily blow you away with hop aroma and flavor, but just very well done. Give it a 4.
It's a very pleasant beer to drink.
We just got Todd Swain just jumped on. So what's up, fellas?
What's up,
Tyler,
Todd?
why don't you use that Yorktown math brain of yours?
You remember who I had for
He
teachers. That's the problem. You remember who I had for teachers. This is the La Vida Gosa by Charlestown Fermentory.
Dun, dun,
This is
dun,
La
dun.
Vida Gosa number 10, sour ale with tangerine, mango, and lime.
That smells tart.
Oh, yeah, it does.
4.2%
See,
ABV.
I like a good goza.
Oh, I know you do. That's why I picked it out tonight. That, I needed to get beer out of that fridge. And
Matt is not going to like
it
it.
was,
There it is.
That's tart.
That is
that puckers you a little bit.
a little bit.
Fore and
I
aft.
love that tattoo, by the way.
Appreciate it.
I'm a big
right,
baseball
so-
guy, so that makes my day.
Question
Played
for the
baseball from the time I was five years old all the way up until just, a couple of years ago. After high school, it's always, softball, but kind of same
I played in the
thing.
men's league baseball this year. That was fun. I
Yeah.
hadn't played in years. I coach, so.
Yeah.
All right, so guys from Hoosier, since you do a lot of the sour stuff, do you guys really get much in the gozes? I don't know if I've ever noticed that you guys goes.
We haven't yet, have we?
Okay.
Nope, haven't made a goza yet.
Because I don't know, like it always reminds me like similar to a sour, but obviously
I
slightly
appreciate
different.
them. I think, especially on this one, like carbonation level is on point. That's one thing, I love about beer is carbonation level. It's always you always gotta have that tingle on the tongue. You know what I mean? So
I think it's a great blend of that
There's
salt.
a nice salt body to it.
That salt blends so well with the flavors that's in it.
The tartness is up front, but after that first initial drink, it's
does-
just a pleasant drinker. The flavors all seem to work well together. Nothing's competing.
Yep.
Nice blend, nice balance. And then that salt is just perfect in this.
what were the flavors on this one?
This was lime, mango, and tangerine.
Okay, the lime is definitely
That's why, yeah.
forward, which I can appreciate. I love some lime.
It's almost like a citrusy margarita almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mango margarita.
Except there's no mango.
Oh, is that mango?
I did. I just wanted to fuck with you.
Hold on, this is only the third beer. I'm pretty sure I'm not that fucked up yet.
The best part is, The best part is he questioned what he thought for just a second. It was like, wait, no.
It's just long enough for I had to twitch at him to see the fear in me, but I was like, no, I'm right.
I'm not typically huge into mango. I if it's done subtly, I can appreciate it. But to me, mango is one that is always super funky. Even with our beers, and I love our beers, but mango is never one of my favorites. But this one being so lime forward, I can definitely appreciate it. It's a good one.
Yeah, I ain't mad at this at all. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers. Now, two things before we score anything like that. If you don't mind grabbing one of your guys' sours that you brought out of the cooler over there, we'll score it. We'll score this, and then we'll sample a little bit of that just so we can see the difference between the Gosa and the not. It'll be fun.
Do we try to go for similar or something?
No, I'm just more Gosa versus something that's not. I just think for me, it's a fun way since you have them. To take full advantage. Go ahead and rinse these if you don't mind.
Side note, Brett just jumped on, so what's up, guys?
What's up, Brett?
And Russell's got a great analogy here. He says, a good IPA is like being gently teabagged by an ancient pine tree. It's a lot of visual there.
Or an int, maybe.
So, all right. So, we'll score this. I am first on this one. That was really, really good. And honestly, I think I will seek it out. And I really want to see what else they do with it. So I'm going to give it a 4.
I love Gozas anyway. Gozas are going to be polarizing because of that
He loves
salt.
Gosa any way they go.
Yes. But yeah, I'm with Tyler. I'm a 4. I would seek that out again. I really, really enjoyed that.
It's been a good start to the night so far.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit. I enjoyed it. 4.25.
Hell yeah. It ends up being a 4 average, but I ain't mad at a 4.25 score there. No. Brian, what about you, my man?
The salinity level is super nice in that. It just kind of really rounds it out. The lime's definitely forward on it. My internal pH meter esophagus is not blowing up on it, so it's just a nice blend. I'll give it a 4.25.
My internal pH. Oh shit! Oh, dude, I just love bringing in new people. Anyway,
every time.
Bringing in new people is literally one of my favorite things to do. We used to, when we first started, obviously before we got to know as many people, and before the show got to the point where we felt comfortable inviting people. We were having our friends, and now it's friends in the industry a lot of times, or like tattoo artists, stuff like that. But it was people we were new and comfortable with. What's I've really come to love is when we bring in just people we met once or not met, stuff like that, and then it's just the same thing. It's still people sitting at the bar, drinking beer, talking shit about different things.
And each other.
And making fun of each other. It's just, it makes this show so much more fun, and I appreciate you guys coming out tonight.
No problem, man.
All right, so the one we grabbed here from Hoosier is
Kelly's favorite.
The circus penis.
Peanuts. Try to do this one because I can grab another.
No.
I've wanted to try circus penis ever since you mentioned it.
She's mentioned circus penis a lot.
You didn't want to try it before that, though, John?
I've always wanted to try it since I was like 4.
The clown does not have a penis.
This is the Chubby Bunny circus peanuts. Roll me gently. Oh. Okay. I will roll you gently.
I think you need 2 hands for that one, Tyler.
Can's got
Bad.
a lot of girth.
Oh shit.
Corn.
Fruited with marshmallow.
It's instinct.
All right, while Tyler's pouring, it's time for the rarely but somewhat reoccurring Tyler's favorite part of the show.
Oh, I fucking hate
John's pet name of the week. I'm probably going to butcher this because I don't even know what this thing is. Liz says hi to her sweet, succulent, peppercorn-crusted Papi?
Poppy.
Just Poppy?
Is this puppy?
Like,
Poppy.
I like it when you call me Big Poppy.
I agree peppercorn crusted. That sounds.
I fucking hate everything about that. That comes from none other than Russell Owen's lovely significant other, the better half to that family. Liv, right?
Already.
It smells like circus penis.
Oh, dude.
I would know.
That is so far away from me, and yet all I smell is that goddamn candy.
I spent 5 years as a carny. I know what circus peanut smells
Oh,
like.
dude. So I'm not even like. Circus Peanuts takes me back to my childhood, as it should for most of us. But,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Growing up near Peru, Indiana.
your
It's a
grandma,
childhood?
your grandma always had circus peanuts and tried to pass them along to you, but
Oh, you want some candy? Yeah! Here's circus peanuts.
Yeah.
No!
the god awful marshmallow orange peanuts, man.
Just the smell of it alone reminds me like if the circus peanuts and like bubble yum or no, what's the
yeah.
If those got
Yeah.
together and fucked and made a beer, that's what this would be. This knows.
Yeah, man. It's a I
Double bubble. That's what I was thinking of.
one of my favorite sours that we've
Did
done.
you guys put circus peanuts in the beer? No.
No.
I mean,
I just thought I'd ask because it smells and tastes so much like it that.
To me, it tastes better than circus peanuts, but
That's a, well.
it is. It
I mean,
is
a
oddly,
little,
like
yeah.
How about
Mostly
this probably
because you
like-
don't get the texture.
Right.
I think it's more it tastes better only because you don't get that shitty texture.
right. Yeah.
Liquid instead of
The texture, the
Styrofoam.
yeah, dehydrated marshmallows, like which oddly enough, I love dehydrated marshmallows, like Lucky Charms
is
and
odd.
shit. Like, but circus
Lucky Charm
peanuts.
marshmallows?
Do you just not like them rehydrated, just like crunch on them, or what?
Oh, dude. I mean,
Pop them like a Tic Tac?
yeah.
Drop it like it's. Anyway,
hey, how's the mouthfeel on this?
the mouthfeel was not as thick as I expected, to be honest. It was
It's coated in glass.
it was a nice creamy mouthfeel without being chewing. That's what that's what I appreciate about this beer. It was
We've converted them.
because really, like, it makes me think I'm chewing on one of those
it was
goddamn
thick,
circus
creamy,
peanuts.
but see, I didn't get that. I don't get that
Right.
chew quality,
Right.
which I appreciate. So it was thick, smooth, wonderful mouthfeel without being over the top. Little bit of tartness at the end. Wouldn't mind a little more, just because I like more tart in my sours than sweet. But overall, it tastes exactly like what's on the fucking can. It's not so thick that you chew it. I'm a fan. That was good. We're not going to score this, guys. We never score beers that literally the people that make
Made
them are in the room. Mostly because that's just awkward. And in his case, we hear he would be mean to it because he hates all the beer he makes. So
Own worst critic.
he's his own worst critic. So, in this case, we're helping Hoosier by not scoring it.
But I will tell you, like, there's a couple things that I think stand out in this to me and that I really, really enjoy. And that is the sweetness is done well without being oversweet. I think
sorry,
the
Matt.
tartness in it is the main reason why it doesn't feel oversweet. I think it
Yeah,
balances really
that
well.
ending tartness helps keep it from being diabetes.
I didn't run out of your hand.
and then,
This is why
And
we do
then-
that.
You're not a real man if you don't lick it off the table, bro.
I was like, where's that at? Like, I can't be on screen, but
but I also really love the carbonation level.
there's just so little in
The
it.
amount of bubbles in it, I really
This is just fun.
think it worked really well.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I didn't think I would be, to be honest. And that was still very pleasant. It wasn't diabetes. Some of those,
It was sparkling to me.
some of those popular sours could be basically diabetes. Just there's so much to them. I was a fan. Nice job.
That was a shout out to our other brewer, Greg McQuarrie.
He fought hard to get that
fought
one
us
back.
he fought to bring that one back, and he actually took it to the next level. I think this year's was quite a bit better than last year's.
I think so.
Speaking of Greg,
Very
he
good.
told us for like 3 weeks he was coming today.
He had
Swag.
His son
His
had a
son.
recorder concert tonight.
Oh, family stuff
He really
makes
wanted to hear
sense.
lots of screeching little instruments, and just couldn't get enough of those.
Greg,
so.
I feel your pain.
Well, then he should have came here. Just
Yeah.
listening to Matt talk is like listening to a bunch of screeching little instruments.
Yeah, no, shout out to him though, because that was
Greg,
one
that
of
was
my
done real well.
favorites. One of
job,
my
Greg.
favorites from last year, and he fought hard to bring it back and made it happen. So
Nice
I
job.
know we're not rating it, but I'm real sure it would rate real well.
Yeah. Make sure next time if you ever get a chance to grab some of that, do it. That is worth it. Do you guys still have any more of that lying around anywhere? Or?
we have a few 4-packs left in the cooler. At
Ooh,
the,
if they only have a few, I suggest
the
going to
tap
get
room.
some.
Hey, butt pirate stuff.
Yeah, you might want to pick some of that up, Butt Pirate. That
Walk over
was
right now. Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Our next beer, while Matt's finishing up his dish bitchy duties, this is the
my glasses are harder.
Zingu Black Beer, smooth as silk.
Where's she at?
This is as he breaks shit.
That's all right.
Oh, that's my fault.
This is a beer from I fucking don't know. It's 4.68% ABV.
I thought this was like African or something.
It's Brazil.
Brazil.
Sorry, but it came via St. John, Canada.
Okay, that's fair.
You know how it is.
You have to distribute
No,
something.
nobody can buy directly from these countries. You have to bring them in through another country.
They shipped to
Get there from
USPS. USPS, man. It goes from Indiana to Tennessee, back to Kentucky, over to Illinois, then back to Kentucky,
Oh,
and
my
back to Indiana.
My favorite thing in the world is when you order something and it's coming through the postal service and it goes, oh, it's in Indianapolis. Like, it's like, I'll get that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next day you look at it, it's in Louisville. And you're like, well, hold on.
Right.
I believe I am closer to Indianapolis than I am Louisville. And it's not like Indy's not a major hub. You're not being
dude,
like, we
yeah.
had to send it to a major hub. No, Indy's a major fucking hub. Like,
Makes
Yeah.
absolutely no
Excuse.
sense.
no, when it's in like some like small town in Indiana, you're like, all right, this is about to get sent somewhere.
You mean Salem?
This ain't coming straight here. We all know this at this point. But when it's in Indy, it's like, oh, that's coming to me. Nope. No, it's
I've
not.
tracked a package from Chicago through Indy to Columbus back to Indy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Like, I've seen them zigzag to the West Coast and back before.
I don't even want to tell you the nightmare I had on my exhaust from my motorcycle. That shit shipped USPS, and it was a 2-month process.
Jeez.
It
Oh,
went-
God.
and it was coming from Illinois to Indianapolis.
I'll drive
you,
3 hours.
Yeah. In hindsight, would have been worse.
That shit was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
So before we fully move on from the last beer, Brett asked a great question. Says, should you put a circus penis in an elephant ear? 2 points, Brett.
Yes.
I fucking hate my brother. All right, again, this is Zingu Smooth as Silk Black Beer. 4.6%.
Boo.
When you're having a bunch of beers, you got to keep them somically small.
I know. We, don't,
We have some big boys coming
You're
up.
supposed
don't worry.
to. I get it, but it doesn't have to like it.
I'm a fan of the big beers, but I mean, this smells delicious.
I will give that. It's got a great
That's been
nose.
my favorite thing at Total Wine anymore is to go to the like European section and stuff like that, and just I sit there with mixer sixers and just go. I brought in a beer from India, a lager from India that we fell in love with.
This smells like Yoo-hoo. It
So it's
smells
PBR hard
Yoo-
coffee?
Oh, bro.
Oh,
it
but,
smells
yeah,
like
that was
Yoo-hoo.
that shit. is
PBR
Yoo-hoo.
hard coffee was straight up
Yoo-hoo
alcoholic
with booze.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah. Oh, I missed some. I haven't seen that in too long. We need to find some more of that.
They don't make it.
I know. I remember we heard the rumor.
I asked around more.
Did we find out that's it officially died?
I mean, it's not official. It's not, like I can't find anything online, but they said their distributors are all saying they don't make it anymore.
Damn, that shit was so good.
Yeah, it was. It was alcoholic Yoo-hoo.
I don't know if anything stands out about it, but it's super drinkable.
Little
Yeah.
malty, little molassesy almost, which doesn't surprise me. It's not a ton of flavor. It's a little thin on both flavor and body, but there is that nice little bit of malt, little bit of molasses that gives it just an extra little bite over just a typical lighter beer.
I think it smells better than it tastes. As odd as that sounds.
I think I
Not
agree.
that not that it tastes bad. I mean, it's definitely a crushable beer.
Yeah.
But it's thin in body.
At 4.8, right?
4.6.
4.6. Yeah, I mean that's not shocking.
Right. But no, it's definitely chocolate milk heavy on the nose.
Is there any lactose at all in it or no?
No. At least not that's on the bottle or on my taste buds.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you think about it?
I like that kind of caramelly molasses flavor to it. It's got a lot of flavor to it for it being so light-bodied and low ABV. I could probably drink way too many of these. I'll give it a 4.25.
Oh, I could definitely drink way too many of these, but that's more also adds to the crushability factor. Which, it's hard to get mad at a beer that's crushable. It really is.
No.
John, what are you going to give it? You're the actual, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, I don't think there's a whole lot that stands out about it other than it being crushable. I think for 4.6%, it holds that line pretty well. But I was going to go like 3 1/4.
You suck.
What are you talking? Because you no boobs in that text or what?
No, that was to John.
Oh.
I haven't looked at the text yet. I just saw who it was from.
I mean, my comments are, kind of the same as John's. However, I would score it a little higher at 4 at least. I mean, it's the thing that stands out the most is how crushable it is, especially for a darker beer. And the darker yet thinner usually scares me a little bit because they're not. Yeah, back to Guinness.
Flashbacks.
And
I said 2, right?
No, but honestly, one of the better dark / thinner beers that I've ever had. I think it's great. 4.
I have 2 scores written on mine because I've been bouncing back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 4. Mostly, it's the crushability. It's a beer with more flavor than a typical crushable beer, while being able to drink the same.
Yeah.
And that to me bounced it from a 3.75 to a 4. Yeah, that was fantastic. So what's that give us, John?
There's a 3.75.
3.75 average. We'll do one more beer this half, and then we'll have our break. Munchkin, what you need?
I just want to say
Quick hug. Come on. Do your thing.
No practice was good.
Love you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Be good.
Hey.
Got me.
Oh, nailed it.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I just heard. Yeah.
You can look in it and see the Zingoos in there.
I doubt
Oh
it.
my god, I fucking hate it. Fucking hate it.
Do it again. Prove me wrong.
I think he probably would because he's actually done that several times.
Yeah, that's not my first
Did you
one.
even look this time?
I turned and looked that time.
Okay.
Yeah. I cheated a little bit. I actually looked and aimed. Unlike
Normally
last
you
week,
don't.
where it was
You
just
just-
whoop.
We gotta start doing the old Michael Jordan stuff. But like, all right, off the backboard.
I'll
over
start doing the
house,
Kareem, sky hooks, shit like
nothing
that.
but net.
But anyway, yeah, that was fantastic. I ain't mad at that at all. Our last beer for the first half of the show is going to be Great Lakes Brewing Company's Dank Demon Imperial Dank IPA.
Should I do? I thought we were gonna take a break there. I didn't think to grab these.
As long as we clear the glass enough, I think we'll be fine. Try not to leave a whole bunch in your glass. This is Imperial Dank IPA. I love how they even just say that. Imperial Dank. 8% ABV. Leafy layers of heady hop aromas lurk in every wicked whiff of Dank Demon's hauntingly full-bodied brew. What do we have?
Matt, go ahead and give us a rant.
Yeah,
I got comfortable. I was like, yeah, I gotta skip one.
Sorry,
I can still smell
it. Yeah,
That was my thing. I could still smell it.
That's you'll notice when you look back at video me sniffing the glass.
Yeah. I was trying, and it's when I moved it again, I could still smell it, and I'm like,
Not gonna lie, it's super pleasant though.
yeah, it is. But when I'm sitting here going, dank, that smell, that's gonna fuck this
Yeah.
up.
So while he's rinsing,
Yeah, what's your...
you guys have worked really hard. I've seen all your posts to get up to that 4.0 average.
4.01 now.
Now you're 4.1.
4.01.
And why is that so important for what you guys want to do?
It's very important for Brian, the owner of our brewery. He's super into Untapped. I, however, am not. It's not something I really participate in, mostly because I have a horrible mouth on me. Brian kind of considers me a loose cannon. So I don't like,
That's phenomenal.
I don't like to badmouth any brewery. Honestly, we're all in it together, man. And with as many are getting bought out and whatnot, and just more or less burnt to the ground because the bigwigs don't want to see us happen. It's very important to Brian, and it's definitely a feat from where we were in the past. So it's cool to be a part of that.
And not only reaching that, which is that's an average for all you guys' beer, but that allows you to. You guys are selling Tavor now, is this right?
Yeah. Occasionally, Tavor will pick us up, and we've got other distribution, and it definitely helps when you point that out to other distributors. Like, hey, this beer's rated at whatever. Usually, we try to pitch the stuff that is 4.0 and above. and especially like when we repeat a beer. When we repeat a beer, we typically try to space it out over a year's time from the original release date, and that's kind of our cutoff point is like 4.0 and above. If we repeat a beer or not, like Circus Peanuts. Years past, it was a little lower, not much, but a little lower than the 4.0, and that's why we had to kind of fight so hard to bring it back. But so many people at the brewery love that one, like we almost had to do it. But
coming back to Circus Peanuts, and then the comment about the elephant ear, it seems like there's kind of a, if you did a circus theme,
right?
I mean, you could throw in
Funnel cake.
Yeah, funnel cake. You could
Corn dog.
deep fried. Deep fried Oreo. Like there's something there.
We did do Coney Dog one year.
That's the only time I get a pineapple whip is at the fair. Like,
All right.
Oh yeah, pineapple
Do
whip.
a pineapple offset.
We should have brought one of those. Pineapple whip is.
oh, a shake. Yeah, lemon shake
we
up
got a
shandy.
lemonade shake-ups that does pretty well. We usually release that in the summertime.
Yeah, pineapple whip is it's one of those that it's got a huge following, and honestly this year I think better than last year. We still have a few cans of that at the brewery, but yeah, even better than last year. I think that one's always phenomenal. It's just pineapple and vanilla soft serve ice cream, right, with our sour base.
You think a walking taco Mexican lager could be
Jesus.
I like where your head's
All
at,
right,
but I
guys,
know
please
the
nobody
practicality of that
hire
would work.
John to run a brewery.
Walking taco is not a bad
He can
name
walk
for
on
a
a Martin
Mexican
house and be like,
lager.
yeah, let's do it.
Not a bad name.
Yeah, you're talking to Robin. John, you got to get a hold of Martin House. They'll be like, yeah, fuck
I mean, I'm the guy who came up with the blueberry ghost.
Yeah, that was
Maple.
fantastic. By the way, I love the color, that rich caramel, kind of ambery color.
Which one's this now?
This is the Dank Demon Imperial
yeah,
Dank
okay.
IPA.
Great Lakes, right?
Yeah, this is a...
I think they could put, oh, wow, that is a dank looking demon, and it tastes like a dank demon.
Yeah, this is... You're chewing on this demon's dick right
Yeah,
here.
this
It's fine.
is a little bit of a chewing on a hop here. The non-hoppy folk like myself are
Struggling over there, Matt?
smidge.
This is one of my favorite reasons to ever bring dank beers
and then
on.
you get
Right.
Is
on
to
your tongue
watch...
afterwards
Yeah.
that you don't get with the.
But like I said, man,
There's still a nice sweetness, though, to it.
there is.
This one lingers.
Again,
Yeah.
I was not always into West Coast IPAs, and I've
This is
become
probably the
fond of
reason
them.
why.
I've become fond of them here, recently, and like I said, easiest way to get into IPAs, man, start with a good New England.
Well, and by this being an imperial too, it has a little more of that sweetness where they added the malt body to bump up the ABV a little bit. It gives you that sweetness. It does linger, that dankness, that resin.
Sure does.
Really wants to sit there. It reminds me of a lot of the IPAs that I drank when I first started drinking craft beer. Because unlike you, where you started more mild,
Right.
my best friend had fallen in love with craft beer a little bit earlier than me, and he literally, we were in college, he looks at me and goes, come over, we're drinking Hop Slam. And I'm like, all right. And I drank it, and I'm like, this is fucking great. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, this is fucking great. He's like, man, I thought you were going to, like, cringe out. I'm like, no, I'm ready for my next one. Like, I'm going, and that was the problem, is I went just hard. Like, that was my, like, fall in love moment.
Right.
So for the longest time, I was sitting there like, I started here.
Yeah.
So, that lupulin, as you're learning, I'm like, I need more. The problem is, after Hop Slam at that time, there wasn't a lot of more options. I'm like,
Not around here.
I'm like, I need more. Shit.
Yeah, for me, like I said, for me it was stouts, which again, oddly enough, the whole thing with Guinness. But yeah, I mean, I fell in love with our stouts, and I think it's something that we don't do as often as we should.
Well, I
because
told you
I
at
do love ours.
I told you at Full Fest when you told me you guys had stouts. I literally looked at you and went,
Yeah, Tyler and I both shared
Huh?
that deer in the head. Like, what?
You know what's crazy? I brought
didn't know there were stouts at Hoosier.
I brought our Snickerdoodle Stout with us to that event, and I text Brian and Brian, the owner and the
Yeah.
brewer. during that event, I was like,
Go by
man,
line. It's easier.
you guys got to try this. It has aged so well. Like, it's actually pretty good. When that thing,
We had it a few days after that. Because you sent us home with a can. We had it a few days afterwards. But what was funny when you handed us that can, you're like, it's kind of old, so like, don't score it. And we're like, all right. So we just broke it open to drink, and we're like, I mean, for a guy who didn't want this scored, like,
I mean,
it was a lot more pleasant than I expected when you're telling me not to
so-
score it.
yeah. So that's the crazy thing, and that's why I say it aged so well. Is because when we first brought that one out, it was a fucking sugar
it
bomb.
was
Like
cinnamon.
y'all
Y'all
joke about the diabetes shit, but like I actually have diabetes. So, you know what I mean?
He was shaking after drinking it.
But yeah, it aged so well.
He's like, I took a drink, woke up 3 weeks
I
later.
love it now.
Oh, yeah. He took a drink, woke up 3 weeks later. It's fine. I love the can art.
Yeah.
Great Lakes always has cool can art, though. I went to a really cool event they hosted when I ran Broad Ripple's books. They hosted like this like beer tasting with food pairing, like fancy ass motherfucking shit at this art gallery in Indy, and they invited nothing but like GMs of bars. So you have a whole bunch of people who are not fancy at all showing up to this like beautiful art gallery. We're all like and eating these like little bitty pieces of food.
Weird.
It's
I
called a
didn't get
hors
invited to that
But
one.
yeah, we had a fucking
Or what?
ball. There were coup de gras or whatever. The little fucking
Coup de
snacks.
grace.
Canapes.
Fucking small food. But you see a whole bunch of people just getting... And the guys who run Great Lakes were all there, and they're even
Oh,
like, this
God.
is a lot fancier than we expected. Like, we told them to make it nice. We didn't mean like,
This nice.
all right, like, this is fine. We just all ended up in the corner of a room, like a shit ton of general managers just like talking all this shit, eating like huge plates full of tiny food.
Boy, draw beer.
So they wanted something nice, and what you ended up with was like Pinky's Out party, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. And all of us are showing up in like jeans and t-shirts and shit.
So we got to rate this.
This guy's two
Yeah.
nostrils deep in the can over here. He must have found something he liked.
Nah, he's just checking his inner pH meter, his all sorts of stuff right now. It's fine. He had some surgical attachments done. Just
A barometer just for good measure.
yeah, man. I'll tell you, I'm a fan. I really am. I'm first to, or you're first to score this one.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Kyle is.
I'm a fan as well. I like the caramel color, the aroma, which is not something you typically get out of an IPA, in my opinion. However, solid 4. Solid. I'll go 4.25.
Ooh.
4.25.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
For the guy that says he didn't like traditional IPAs,
He's just getting into them. Is
the
what he
most
said,
traditional
yeah.
IPA
Yeah.
I've had on here for a while.
Right.
I'm a fan.
He's swinging.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I will admit, I almost went down just a notch because of the lingering. It lingers a little more than I like. I think if you do it right, you can get all that dankness without lingering. But the nice thing is, as we've sat here, it's not been that long, and I'm already clear I can drink my next beer. So that's what brought me back to a 4. So 4.
It feels like it's a leftover from the IPA wars, the IBU wars.
Oh, yeah.
The IBU wars where everybody was
Yeah,
just trying to jack that shit
jacking
up.
We got 280 IBU in here. It's like
It's only a 70 on there.
yeah, I know, but damn, it's
In very bold lettering too.
very bold lettering.
What was the tap out of like what it actually you can notice the difference on?
What was it? Smo said after 75, 80, you can't really
I don't remember.
notice.
It's just bragging rights for nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a callback to that. I do like the malt body to it, but that lingering is just a little long for me. I'm going to go 3.5.
So we end up with a 4 average. That's not bad. Brian, what about you?
So, just with the prevalence of New England IPAs and like almost like the lighter the IPA, the better it's going to taste. That's how people kind of look at them. And you see beers of that color now, and like I instinctively think that they're going to be, oh, that's oxidized, or oh, it's going to be too caramelly, too sweet. It wasn't. Like it just drinks really easily. The flavor is amazing. it actually lingered not as long as I wanted it to. I actually really missed this type of beer. I could probably drink a lot of those.
That was
I'm
solid.
gonna give that a 4 or 5. That's this is my this one or the Pilsner are my favorite ones of the night so far.
Nice.
I like that one a lot.
That surprise Great Lakes, I've had some really good stuff from them. I've had some mediocre stuff from them. I almost didn't buy that today. Like, I was like, oh, another Great Lakes beer. But I'm like,
Glad you did.
I read
Yeah.
the, well, I picked it up, read,
We glad you did.
Yeah.
when it said Dank Demon Imperial Dank IPA, I'm like, all right, now I'm curious. Looked at the side and it's like, yeah, this is basically telling you it's exactly what you think it is. And I'm like, all right, yep, yeah.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
makes all of Tyler's hop happiness happy.
That was 100% you.
for for again not being highly into West Coast IPAs, that one was easily crushable.
Matt, not that you count, but what would you give it?
Well, I am not into West Coast IPAs,
I know.
and I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. This one is that danky, lesser-known Star Wars sequel, the IBU Wars. Like, I do not miss that phase of beer at all. Like that's why I don't like IPAs so much, is because my buddy Reem, I've been on the show, like, he was the big hophead. He loved the IBU Wars. He would always get like, dude, this is so good, you gotta try it. I'm like, I'm not gonna hate it. He's like, try it. I'm like, yep, I hate it. Because it tastes like I'm just gnawing on a fucking pine cone. I despise it. And this takes me right back to that point in IPA-dom where I fucking hated it, and this is why.
That one,
I
that
won't.
one I would actually seek out.
Yeah,
mean,
Same.
I would go after that one.
There are some redeeming qualities. I've grown enough in my alcoholism to realize, like, this is well made. If you are a West Coasty guy, you're gonna love this because it does harken back to those simpler times of just hop your face off. But and there is a little bit of
I might
sweetness
go
to
pick
it,
up another
and I
one.
do appreciate the ABV. I'm going a 3.5 for me and my very judgmental bias.
What I was impressed is, or what I'm happiest with, is because it's Great Lakes, I can get me a true West Coast IPA easily.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me happy.
here,
yeah.
yeah.
Here in Indiana, I can get the shit I like because they just made one.
where'd you pick that one up at?
Total Wine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. Ever since that one went in at Hamilton Town Center, I have to drive by it every fucking week to get here.
Are we not making like a dry erase board, like
Sure,
a tally
it's a-
chart for how many times we shot him out so we can charge him later? Just a nickel a shout out. Like,
Tyler's, needless to say, spent a little bit of money since they opened.
I mean, we did
up.
an on-site there 2 weeks ago.
We did.
For fuck's sake. Like,
we
we at least deserve a
we
dollar.
had the show, was a little drunk,
free beer
and
or
went to
something.
Total Wine.
We like
Yeah,
Blair Witched it.
They literally just put one like
I'm
a
so
mile up the road from
thirsty.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god, can we do like a Blair Witch mockumentary about being like not drunk? So then Tyler's just holding the camera like this. Oh, I'm so thirsty.
So anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the first half. We have 4 great beers lined up for the back half. Plus, we'll probably have at least one more Hoosier. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
My dog being Q.
The guest on camera,
Kyle.
the current guest off camera,
Pine.
just like that last
Like
beer.
what we just drank.
And behind the camera, the one, the only.
Oscar and Matt.
We will be right back in like 2 to 3 minutes, guys.
John and off-screen man, big bushy beards and nothing hides. Two bearded guys. Oh yes they are 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 two bearded guys.
How many?
Two bearded guys.
3 or 4 this time.
And then Matt's pube face.
Ha!
Oh, hey, anyways. Welcome
I
back
guess
to
I didn't like
Oscar
beard
Pube
accident
face?
this week.
Yeah, true. Welcome back to the second half of the show. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Dog B&Q.
The guest currently,
Pine.
the guy off camera,
Kyle.
and the ugly one behind the camera.
Off-screen Matt.
Our guests today are from Hoosier Brewing Company.
You couldn't tell by the
if you
shirts?
couldn't tell by the 2 shirts we've been rocking today, especially that one still.
That one is.
I'm jealous of shit.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Fit,
I'm envious.
Fit G Shop is where I got it. Had it made. You find them on IG, FIITG Shop. So,
Is that like Penn Island?
something like that.
Yeah, no, that's a fucking badass
Yeah,
jersey.
that is
So,
badass.
not that I'm jealous or anything. It's fine.
He's totally jealous.
I don't know what-
Totally reasonable, too, for a custom made jersey. I mean, like $65 shipped to my door.
That's not bad. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
pretty
good.
fucking good. I'm over here like,
We're
wait,
gonna do that
what?
website one more time.
I already got it. It's on Instagram. Fit. It's FIITG Shop on Instagram.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
Cool.
Yeah, I was listening. Anyway, we got 4 beers, but
2
we
weeks
also
from now,
have a
walking with
Hoosier
his own
beer. Is
custom
that the one that you
Ops
said
Guys
out
jersey.
already?
Yeah, might as well.
Go ahead and hand us that Hoosier beer there.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and start the second half rocking another Hoosier, mostly because it's really fun to drink because it makes Matt have to wash glasses again, which just makes me happy.
I just hit the button at the wrong time. I was just trying to do like the Hoosier brew, and it's like, oh, I got a dish
Too
pitch
late.
again. Shit.
He was like hyping up the fact he has to be a dish bitch. It's great. This
Story of my
is
life.
Fruit Fusion Dragon Fruit Soft Serve. That is a
I do
badass
like
label.
dragon fruit.
That is a badass label. You guys will see it on Can Cam here in a second.
Brian, the owner, does he does all of our can art.
Seriously.
Nice.
Really?
Good.
That's pretty
Does it all
fucking cool.
himself.
Who does the
Yeah,
pilgrimage to High Hrothgar to get the dragons to make the fruit?
I fucking hate him.
For the end of this year, that's a Skyrim reference for all 2 people that got that.
I fucking hate him.
Oh, that is a
Look
pretty
at that
red.
color, though.
That
That color is
pretty
gorgeous.
red.
That shit is beautiful on a glass.
It looks like dragon blood.
Oh, it is. It is. This is part of the reason we
No
love
problem,
it
man, I
so
gotcha.
much. Is it is beautiful on a glass and it tastes like candy. I mean, it is. It is one of our favorites.
All right. Yeah, this is Fruit Fusion Dragon Fruit Soft Serve. That's a badass
So
label.
pretty.
Ooh, it smells really good.
Sweet on the nose with a little bit of like that nice just a little tinge.
It's a nice
Ooh.
balance.
It is a good balance.
I could.
And we're not just saying that because the brewer's bigger than us and could throw us out of our chairs. It's not often I'm made to feel small on this show.
That's like a nice subtle fruit that's like present but not overwhelming.
Here, hold on, let me
Are you trying to puff chest? Go ahead.
let me get a little bigger. John, you're small. You're screwed.
There we go. It's like, oh,
Scrunch.
Looks like you're gargoyling over there.
I went down the wrong pipe.
how's that tart there?
Now he is gargling.
Oh, I got a little
I mean,
tart
it's
going
look
down
on
the
his
wrong
face,
pipe.
like definitely, like you've gargoyled before, haven't you? Like he's had to practice.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
Can you imagine like gargling in the corner with like his leg just sitting out?
Man, that is a nice balance.
Yeah.
I love that fruit forwardness. It's sweet, but that really nice tart, pleasant, refreshing fruit flavor comes through, and then it finishes again with that like soft serve ice cream.
Yeah. It's definitely creamy.
Yeah.
The soft serve ice cream.
Even though like florally notes, like that's just pleasant.
That is pleasant.
So, when I was a kid, at New Year's, we would always have Mom would do Hawaiian Punch with sherbet.
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
fuck yeah.
And that's what this tastes like to me.
And
Hawaiian
Sprite
Punch
if you're doing it
with
right.
Sherbet.
Okay.
Did you not do the Sprite?
And Sprite.
Okay.
Yeah, ours was Hawaiian Punch,
Yeah.
Sprite, and ice cream.
Yeah, we did sherbet. So that's
Rainbow sherbet, right? You're doing it
My,
right?
yes, rainbow
Okay.
sherbet.
My oldest, or well, my second oldest, just discovered Tahitian treat. So we've been buying a few bottles of that here and there. Bought 2 today. So.
Nice.
Like,
Is that
this-
anything like
this
tahini?
brings-
No.
It's, fruit punch soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is
That's very good.
damn good job,
Yeah,
sir.
that's
Damn good job.
that's a good refresher. That's good.
That was a good one to start the second half off with, even though we're about to go real dark.
I still had some of that dank lingering in my mouth, so
Well, hopefully that cleared that out then.
it did.
Oh, that cleared
It's
anything
100%,
out.
Yeah,
That was fantastic.
that was needed.
Yeah, we were like those ones with the soft serve in it. I mean, it looks like someone sprinkled dandruff in the, in the glass. But I've come to think of it as a feature of them now instead of a bug on it. Like it just actually looks pretty neat in there, and it kind of coats the glass pretty nicely.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
I do have to ask. So, I mean, just listening to you talk tonight, obviously you take brewing very seriously, and you seem a little bit of a traditionalist in many ways, except for the beer that you have to make because of how well it's selling. What does that do to your soul? Because, like, I can imagine.
Well, and he came from 450 before, so he's done a lot of these styles now.
Right, but
Yeah.
I would assume he'd fit in really well at a place like Sun King, who likes to brew very nice, crisp, clean beers. And like when they have to make a hazy, they're like, we just can't. We know we make clear beer. We don't know what to do. Like, so I would imagine that you would prefer.
It depends on the mood I'm in. So one thing I like about these, I love to cook, and making these beers is a lot like cooking. It's not, if you make a lager, yes, there's a lot of skill that goes into it. I find these actually to be quite a bit more challenging because you have to brew the beer first, and then you have to, put all the stuff in it to try to evoke whatever flavors you're trying to do. I mean, the circus peanuts was just like a couple days of like, all right, let's put some stuff in, see what happens, and like, what do we need to put some more stuff in it? Is it a little too banana forward? Okay, let's balance it with some more orange. It just requires a lot of thought past brew day, so I really like that element of just trying to
Makes
create
sense.
something
That
that's
makes sense.
a lot of times when you brew beer, it's like, all right, you brewed the beer, and yeah, you can dry hop in some other things and manipulate temperatures, and that's kind of really in carbonation levels. That's really all you have left at that point to do. For these, you've brewed it and crashed it, and now your process is like actually starting. It's like, that's when the brewing really happens with it. So it's interesting that way.
Which I think we should mention though too, like our sour base alone, without any of the fruit and all the bullshit that goes in it, our sour base alone is an excellent beer. Like,
I don't think I've ever just had your sour base.
I'd be interested to try.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you guys release that every once in a while, or the base version? Or
I would love to see it on tap.
We've talked
But-
about it. I mean, it's actually pretty funky. It doesn't come through with the in the finished product just because there's so much fruit and
Tyler's
and other
salivating like
adjuncts in there,
Pavlov's dog
but
over there.
It's,
Sorry,
it's a
you
little
said funky and sour in the same
Yeah,
sentence. and
Yeah.
We have a whole cabinet over there full of just funky ass motherfuckers from
yeah.
Freedom.
You don't tell me that. What's really?
Yeah. Hey, if you're good, maybe we'll break one out at the end. We got a whole shit ton of those funky Freedom traditional sours.
Yeah.
So like you said funky, and I immediately was like, I mean, if we could get that on tap one day, I mean, or maybe sell me a sixth and I can throw it on the kegerator back
Yeah.
there.
You gonna take her up with that? No.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that kind of gets hidden behind all the fruit and everything. But I think it's something.
You got Tyler curious over here.
I
Sorry.
know.
I can't get past that.
It's definitely something I would love to see on tap one day, especially for those traditionalists.
That's the one thing, and there's a reason I've only been into Hoosier once, which you guys have some of the coolest shit going on. Great food, you got Axel, you got all sorts of cool shit going on. But like I haven't been in, I've been in twice, but I haven't been in a while. Location, I'm from Muncie, so getting anywhere past the north side is just a pain in the ass for me. But a lot of the beers you have on tap usually are that style, and I like them. Like I said, I love that one. That was fucking fantastic, and I like a lot of those, but I can only have so many.
Yeah.
Right.
If all of a sudden there was like I could break one up where I have like the soft serve and the blueberry cobbler or whatever, and then all of a sudden those fucking just funky, just traditional sour, kind of refresh my palate, let me go again. All of a sudden Tyler ends up being able to buy a couple more beers. So if that ever happened, and that was even if it was just on tap, I'd be like, oh shit, I could break up what I'm drinking with like a funky motherfucker. Oh, let's go throw some axes, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we've got one half the beer wall is all focused on sours, fruited sours, and then we got some house brews. We've got a lager, a couple different wheats.
I heard your lager's pretty good. I have not had a chance to try it, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I brought a crowler of it.
Oh, there we go.
Crowler.
See, I knew I liked you.
See, I think the last time I was there and went axe throwing, I drank that lager all night, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I drank.
I have heard the lager's good. I just have not had a chance to try
I
it.
think that's one Brian's most proud of, right?
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turns out usually.
So one thing I do whenever we go to different breweries and try new places, you could ask John, I'm a big fan of trying the lagers and pilsners at places because there's nowhere to hide. You're either a good brewery or you're not at that point. You can brew beer or you can't because you can't hide behind a flavor profile. It is too basic a beer. So like if I go somewhere new, for instance, when I went to River North for the first time, we'd had a bunch of their big stouts with barrel aged and all this shit. I'd never had anything else. I go in, the left side of their menu was all like lagers and stuff like that, and I'm like, yes, please. I'll do this one first. This one I just worked down the left side, and I'm like, wow, you made 3 different lagers and 2 different pilsners and a Belgian. All taste fucking fantastic. All right, so you are as good as I thought you were. Moving on. This is Hop and Frog's Cinnamon Dream, speaking of great breweries. Dark, smooth, and delicious. This is out of Akron, Ohio. It's an ale with cinnamon added. 9.4%.
so strong.
It's funny, this is... I call this one of their mass market beers because it's under 10%. Like,
Right.
that's the way they are. This is the type of stuff you can find in, like, typical liquor
Total Wine.
stores, Total Wine, stuff like that, because it's more they're like, I guess we'll just send this out to whoever. Like, it cracks me up because then you get their little bitty cans on Tavor or something that's like a 17% pentuple, and on their can they go, we made this style up.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
like, no shit.
Literally, that was on one of their. Yeah, it was amazing.
But
And
it
this
just-
smells like a bowl of CT Crunch, like in the best way.
A little bit. I could see that's heavy cinnamon. I'm curious to see
That's
what John
heavy
thinks.
cinnamon. It's, like, I'm getting a little bit more red hot cinnamon in the nose.
I'm
and
curious
a
to
little
see what
worried.
John does because he's not a big cinnamon guy.
In the frog we trust, John.
Cinnamon
In the frog we
is
trust.
one of those flavors in a beer, especially. It can wreck a beer.
Oh, yeah.
It can wreck a beer, and I'm not mad at this.
That is much
at all.
heavier on the nose than it is on
It
the
is.
taste.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not quite as red hot cinnamon as I expected.
No.
Yeah.
Because I agreed with both of you on the nose. I was thinking that red hot. He was saying CT Crunch in my first nose. My first smell, I got that bigger sniff after the swirl really hit me with like that candy. And I'm glad that's not the flavor I'm getting heavily. Because that would ruin it.
It's a smidge more cinnamon-y than I might have preferred, but it's pretty good.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else
Oh,
to say
don't
it.
big gulp, John. You won't be happy. I still liked it, but you get just fucked with cinnamon.
Yeah. Like,
Is that not a beer name?
fuck with cinnamon.
I don't think it's going to clear legal, but
Taproom only special.
But when you... Yeah.
One thing I noticed though is it's not cinnamon extract.
No.
Now,
It is natural cinnamon, which I think makes
all the difference.
all the difference. Yeah,
cinnamon extract and cinnamon are 2 very specific flavors.
yeah. It's not Fireball. It's fucking.
It's also like vanilla. Vanilla's another one. If you make vanilla with vanilla beans, like a beer with vanilla beans versus vanilla with an extract, talk about 2 flavors that are night and day different.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a Greg McQuarrie just jumped out. Says, "Look at that sexy beast in the middle."
The hell, Greg?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell, Greg?
Appreciates that.
No,
I mean,
not just in the middle.
Just first time. I mean,
3
come
of
on.
us.
Oh, he wasn't talking about
No, he
me?
said in the middle.
You're not
Oh,
in
he
the
said
middle.
the middle?
What kind of bullshit is this?
I didn't hear him say the middle.
Yeah, he said the middle.
John just had heard what he wanted to hear.
Hey.
He said,
How
"Look at
was
that
your
John
recorder
sexy
conversation?
beast."
It's because he's bigger. It's bullshit.
Go gargoyle more.
All right. So, what is your if you're doing a beer just for like, fuck it, I want to make a specific beer, what would be the specific beer style that you went?
I
Like if you
already know
walked in
this.
one day and just went, I'm going to make a beer in my style, what is that? What is the beer you want to make?
For me,
Yeah.
a mixed culture saison. It's kind of where
Man loves his saisons.
I do.
That actually sounds really fucking good.
But the thing is,
I don't either, but
I hate most. Probably about 90% of the saisons I have, I don't like.
that's my problem too.
Yeah. I'm looking for certain things, and most of them just kind of don't.
Yeah, we
don't
definitely need
reach
a
what I
rinse
want.
after the
I
cinnamon
presumed,
bomb. There's no surviving the cinnamon bomb without a rinse.
Yeah, that will impact every other one.
That's interesting. That's not an answer you get a lot. I like that.
I'm not crazy into saisons myself. There have been a couple that I've enjoyed, but man loves his saisons, man.
I love how you're like, I know what he's gonna fucking say.
Yeah, you may have heard me go on about that for a while.
I really want to know what happened.
Oh, I missed that.
Sometimes things that start out to be nightmares turn out to be dreams.
Mistakes were
Mistakes
made.
were made.
Like, I really,
exactly what that
I really want to know that story.
Hoppin' Frog has become. We still need to make that trip soon.
Yes.
We've been wanting to make that trip. Akron's not that far. Like that is one of those beer trips it's simple, it's easy, and I have yet to have a beer by them that I didn't at minimum enjoy. Like it might not be one of the like, oh, like even this one's not one of those that's going to be a top tier for me. But like I have yet to not have a beer by them and be like, I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah,
and we have had a shit ton of Hoppin' Frog beer now.
I've only had a few, but everything I've had, I've enjoyed.
Dude, if I
Even
see the
this
name
one.
Hoppin' Frog, I fucking buy it
And
every time.
I've had a lot of Hoppin' Frog before we even ever met. Like Boris and Doris and
Oh, yeah.
Taurus and all of them were always solid. And
All the orifices.
orifices?
I said orifice. So
Every
wait.
single one.
We
He's
heard,
had.
we heard the same thing. He's had all the orifices. Good
All
for
of
you,
them.
bud. Did you get that merit badge?
The cinnamon orifice.
Did you get that? Anyway, so Joe, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's me. Man, the nose worried me.
Yeah.
The flavor actually came through in a very pleasant way. The big gulp was a lot. A lot of cinnamon. But I'm still very pleased with it. For being one of their bigger marketed beers. Again, it's Hoppin' Frog. They still do 9.4 for their mass market stuff. So, whatever. I'm a big fan. This is not a seek out for me, though. I will say 375.
So, I'm with Tyler with the 375. I really, like I said, I want to know the backstory on it. And I think if they took that and then made it like a pecan roll beer,
Ooh.
I think that would be a good starter base for a pecan roll.
That would be pretty solid. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Or just drink it with some Cinnabon. Boom, problem solved.
Yeah.
What about you, my man?
So it's usually, cinnamon traditionally is paired with big, bold stouts. So it's interesting to see it in something that's a little lighter drinking, despite being as high. The mouthfeel wasn't there. It's not like big roasty elements that kind of balanced out that cinnamon. So it's pretty cinnamon forward. Cinnamon's not really much of my thing. I'll give it a 3.25.
It's a fair score. It comes out 3.5 average. Very pleasant. Just it needed something.
A year in the can.
That would probably help.
Yeah.
It needed something. Give us something.
That's what she said.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's not going on
And
now.
knock him down.
Now that's what In the Canner Danner knows.
Damn straight.
Tanner Baker.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not my nickname.
Well, you got the Orifice merit badge.
Off screen, Matt, what would you give it?
I'm actually going to go a little higher than I should because I think this would be fun to search it out for sharing and with sharing with people. Like, this is one of those, like, experience beers.
ABV whore.
I
You
am
ever
that.
want Matt to give you a good score on a beer? Just put like 9% on
Oh,
it.
that dragon fruit's like 15.
Oh, he'd give that shit a 5.5
Nice,
out of
nice.
5. Like,
No, all right. So this is an experience beer. Like, we talk about those like beers on here that you get, you share, you try out, like have people try them because it's something different, something new. I think this is one of those. So for that sake, I think this deserves a 4, just to be able to buy it, to have it to share with people, and then let them try it.
oh shit.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm an ABV whore as well.
My man. Leave it hanging.
Fuck you, man.
2, 1. All right.
Hey, he looked at it, still didn't do anything.
I just get shunned. Like,
He even looked over.
I just got the no bones for you,
So,
dog.
for those of you,
Damn.
for those of you that missed it, Matt's
like
literally
this.
like this, and Kyle literally goes. And
Damn. I don't know if we can build that bridge back, man. Like, we've spent this whole first hour building this great relationship of stoutum and ABV whoredom, and then you're like, nah, dog, no bones for you. Like, God, man.
Honestly, I looked at you, but I didn't even see the face.
I'm more of a whore than you are. No.
I have not been so besmirched in a long time.
I'm so happy.
Snubbed.
I think they enjoyed it way more.
Because he straight up looked at you and kept the arms crossed.
I know.
No, but
Nay.
I'm an ABV whore myself. I enjoy big beers, man. Big stouts, big IPAs. That one was very easy drinking, especially with cinnamon and the high ABV. I mean, I'm going with a 4.
Nice. So
That would have been a fist bump if I thought I'd get one. Back me up 100% right there.
My bad, man.
Hey, we got Chris Knight on. What's up, brother?
That's nice.
He says, Pine! Long time no see.
Couple days.
Yeah. Knight was just at the brewery a few days ago.
oh, I gotta love Chris.
We love Chris.
All right, so I've got before we get into the next beer, I got a couple of comments,
Do your thing,
questions. All right, so this is more for me because you talked about liking to cook, Pine, and how that kind of plays
Not
into.
Pine.
I mean, looking on the screen, some of the math checks out.
So the math.
the math?
I said what I said. No, but you said that, and talking to Stefan too, like from Hopler, like I'm noticing like a commonality of like the whole, like cooking into brewing thing. Like, is that a big like? I haven't talked to that many other like brewers.
Smellar's the same way.
Yeah, I mean, are that
Doing
many,
this the same way.
are that many cookists like also like brewers?
Yes. Now we are talking about that.
Check my
I mean,
teeth.
you're not wearing the white apron. You're not a chef.
Listen to Jesse Pinkman over there.
We went from like he went away from the meth part to all of a sudden like
Leaning
back
in.
in.
Full on, man.
Call it the old rope-a-dope. You know, they were going away, and boom, right back in.
I think what he's meaning is, does the love of brewing and cooking tend to be
Coincide.
common in brewing?
Go hand in
Both
hand.
going for days on end.
And I also was curious too, like when did you get in with Hoosier? Were you there from the beginning, or did you transplant in or subsequent later? Or?
No, Hoosier started in what, 2014?
2014.
Yeah, okay.
2014 out at Nintrip's house. He still has a big barn out on his property that he had all the brewing equipment in there, and once we bought the blind pig, quote unquote blind pig, all the equipment got transferred over there. We're doing everything on site now, and so. Sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
No, you were good. So real quick, this is River North Brewing out of Denver, Colorado. Bucket of Bolts. This is their single cask barrel aged barley wine. It is barrel typed. Was a Kentucky straight bourbon.
Oh, could we play the ABV game?
Sure.
Has anyone read it but you?
I'm the only one that's read it.
Yeah.
The single cask series showcased the unique character of a single oak barrel and the essence of the spirit it previously contained. Barley wines are my all-time favorite types of beer. River North is my all-time favorite brewery. I haven't had this one by them. I've had one of their other buckets of bolts. I haven't had the single cask. I'm excited to try this. I broke out River North because we only break out River North at this point for people that are either new or especially in the brewing industry. We like breaking out a brewery from Denver as a way to be like, hey, there's a brewery you probably haven't had, but yet
Have not.
continuously scores really high on this show, even by people not named me, which I'll admit I'm a fangirl for them. I have given them one really bad score before, though. They had one. The rum barrel aged quandary. They fucked that thing all sorts of.
One out of all of them, though. Pretty
Oh,
good
yeah.
average. And it shows that we're not completely fangirls.
Now, this ABV game. So he wants to play the ABV game. That means smell,
done this
taste,
in a
do all
while.
the wonderful stuff with your beer. and then I'll ask you your ABV guess.
Price is Right rules.
Price is Right
going over.
rules. I am the only one who knows the ABV, unless his eye say is stupid good, and he managed to catch it out the corner of his eye at the weird angle. And in that case, he deserves to win because that'd be impressive. 17.72509er. What?
You throw a niner in there?
Did you throw a niner?
You calling from a walkie-talkie?
Dude, this smells boozy, like, but it
very
drinks a
boozy
lot
on
smoother
It
in
drinks
true
real
River
smooth.
North fashion. Like, it doesn't.
That has become a staple of theirs, is very high booze with a good drinkability.
Yeah.
And it's not that it hides it.
You know it's
still
there, but
very
it's
drinkable.
That's typically
22%
higher than
tasted
how
like
it
a
drinks.
15.
Yeah, their anniversary stout was a 22% stout. Their 10-year anniversary stout, which we went out for last year. It drank like a 15, which is still high, but like when you go 22 to 15, that is a massive drop in drinkability, like and adds to that drinkability. And it wasn't just all booze. Anything that high can tend to be all booze. There was still like really rich flavors to it. It was such a weird, like, we're drinking it like, this is not okay. Like,
No, it was great.
shit.
It wasn't okay.
Like, oh shit.
Who's going to go first?
Who gets to go first?
Matt,
14.25.
14.25 over here by Brian.
Ooh,
Matt?
I hate to Price is Right. I'm going to go 14 and a half because that was what I was thinking before you even spoke up.
Kyle?
I'm gonna go 14 and a half.
Oh,
It's already taken.
Repeat.
Price is Right rules, baby.
All right.
You can go $1.
Let's do.
14.51.
Oh, don't be that guy.
Well, I don't even think anybody rates their shit that way anyway, but
We've had a few random breweries that do.
I'll go 15.
All right, so I was going to say 13.5, but because it's Price is Right rules, I'm going to go 10.
Fuck you.
He's going all the way down just to fuck with you.
You may
guys
as well
at
have
this
$1,
point.
you bitch.
Here he goes. So, John wins.
Fucker.
It was 12.8. Yes!
Really?
John won with the Price is Right guess. That is perfect.
And he went last. You son of a bitch.
I'm a fan of this. This is from this year. This is 2022. It spent 15 months in the barrel.
There's a nice barrel characteristic to it. Like, it is bold. It's got that booziness on the taste, but it's not overwhelming. It's not super strong. It's not like off-putting.
So, you guys will love this. First time I ever went out there, I moved some friends out to Denver. We had some River North beer through Tavor at that time, but that was it. So, I moved some friends out to Denver. I'm like, I'm going to fucking River North. Like, I had a couple beers by them at that point. I'm like, I'm fucking going to River North. I get a hold of them. I'm like, hey, when are you guys open? Da-da-da. The marketing girl literally was like, oh, I'll be at such and such location, such and such time. Like, come then. I'm like, fucking deal. Show up. She lets me have a bunch of samples, gives me a few bottles. Yeah, we'll need. No. I don't know. Give me a second. I still have beer. We all do.
How?
Because we're trying not to, slam a very good barley wine.
It's so good though.
But she gives me all these different beers to take home, and some regulars were out there, and that was during COVID. So, like, you couldn't drink inside. You had to drink outside. It was freezing fucking cold, but they had, like, a tent and some heaters set up. Still cold. But these regulars were out there all bundled up drinking, and I'm like, you good people. This must be a good brewery. You good people. You out here. Guy comes up to me, and he goes, how'd you get the gold tops? So the gold wax. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, how'd you get the gold tops? And I'm like, Katie gave them to me. He goes, oh, are you like the insert whatever their like high level of membership is? And I'm like, no, I'm from Indiana, but I have a beer review show, and we're gonna review the beer. And the guy goes, yeah, that beer is literally out for like a while usually before anybody that's not like the Uber levels can get it. And I'm like, now it's changed. Now their gold wax can be released. They do all sorts of stuff, but at that time during COVID, they were only doing like for the Uber level of stuff. And I'm like, I feel special, and also that you're gonna murder me.
What hotel are you staying at?
I'm like, shit. But it was funny as hell. The dude was just like, that's awesome. What's your show? And I'm like, Two Beerded Guys. Dude, like, followed me right there. I'm like, random fan in Denver, Colorado. Let's go.
Building the fan base. Grassroots.
But
Well, she told us, actually, a lot of people stopped in and said, like, hey, Two Beerded Guys talked about you. And we're like...
it's weird. We have the weirdest pockets of following, we found out. Like, it makes no... It's Indiana, of course, because we do all sorts of events here, but like then we'll randomly have like a pocket in Denver, a pocket in fucking South America. We have like a random group of like 200 followers from Brazil on Facebook. I'm like, okay.
I feel like Cosmos popped on like right now.
Yeah, Cosmos from fucking Panama. No, it's fine.
Well, was it Bunny and Kay were saying like they were in Florida? And they were talking to, I don't know if it was somebody who worked there or just someone who was there at the brewery they're at. But like, oh yeah, we know them.
Oh yeah, it was one of the brewery people. They were like, oh yeah, we watched their show. And Bunny and Kay were like, huh?
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh
then
wait.
comment. My response to people that do that: comment once in a while.
Yeah.
We like talking to you. You can ask
Yeah.
them questions. We'll make them answer.
Speaking of, we got Pup Dog.
Kevin Groomer.
Best nickname in beer.
I love how he yells "Pup Dog" and everybody immediately knows who it is.
Let's get yeah.
Talk about a recognizable name. That is perfect. No, but anyway, this beer, I love how smooth it is. There is a ton of barrel to it. But
I think the barrel's hiding some of the complexity.
He says
It's
it.
not as complex as some of the barley ones I've had from them. So
no, that barrel is heavy.
Yeah.
But I like there's that little bit of sweet stone fruit at the end, but that barrel aspect really brings out the vanilla in the beer, which I think also adds to it. So
Like
it's
a
a
vanilla
weird
envelope?
combo, but I'm pleased with it.
yeah, I'm pleased with
What
it.
do you think, Brewer? What's your notes on this?
Well, so for better or for worse, I haven't drank very many barley wines, so I don't have like a great place to come from for
Yeah.
what they're expecting. It's not like I haven't I've never gotten my hands on very many of them. So this is probably like maybe the 5th or 6th barley wine I've had in my life, and
You
every
poor man.
single one of them is like completely different from every other one. I haven't like fully discerned like what's a guiding principle behind these beers, other than the
That's a
fact
pretty
that,
fair response.
that this is pretty fucking good.
Also, fair response.
Other than this beer,
You know, from a purely hedonistic standpoint, this is just this is delicious. Dangerously so. Whatever.
12.8.
12, whatever.
So English barley wines, which they tend to make more of an English style, is a lot of that stone fruit, like dark fruit, stone fruits, kind of a little bit of molasses can be in there. A lot of complexity is usually like its highlight.
unless on the hop note, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
American is basically a triple IPA. It's a lot of that more hop. It's that kind of thing. So the English is very complex, and that's what John was mentioning was like the barrel kind of hides some of that complexity. Because when they make their barley wines, it can be, they can really, especially River North, can get really complex. This one's barrel does hide it, but I love how it brings that vanilla note out a little more than some do. So that, while you lost a little bit here, we gained a little bit. I thought the flavor in general was still very good. I'm a barley wine whore. I will make fun of anybody, even my favorite breweries, if you fuck up a barley wine. I was pretty harsh on the one we did with Hoplore. We did a collab with Hoplore, their first ever barley wine, and I was pretty harsh about it. It still was great. I've drank like 4 bottles. But I was mad because it just wasn't as complex as I wanted. Yeah. And it angered me. I was like, damn, my face is on something that's still really good, but not what I wanted. This annoys me. But
Try being a brewer.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, that's why I'm not.
Every day. It's
I don't have the patience. To be honest, I couldn't be a brewer. I don't have the fucking patience. I don't. You can ask John. It's bad. When it comes to brewing type stuff, I'm like, why is this not done?
Yeah.
Is that why you don't come to Brew Day anymore?
No, I just have no luck. But yeah, I'm pleased with it overall. What do you guys think about it? Because I know we got to randomly talking and shit.
I'm sorry, real quick. Pup Dog says, "Love Pine, what a great guest."
Oh, no love for Kyle. Huh? All right.
He can't see you. That's why.
I'll give him. He might have just jumped on and might not realize you're on here, or maybe he just doesn't like you. Maybe because you didn't throw him some bones earlier. Who knows?
Love you, Kevin.
It might be a recurring theme.
Yeah, did you not give Kevin pup bones too? Goddamn.
Yeah, Kevin, have you ever gone for bones? And he's just like, nah, dog.
No.
Nah, pup dog.
It's a cold shunning when you get that, man. No, that was delicious. I agree with John. I was hoping for a little more complexity with that barley, which we were talking about before the show, ironically.
Yeah.
But the barrel is kind of the driver's seat of this, but I also love barrel flavor, so
Yeah, we know you do.
I kind of dig it still. Like,
I'm fairly certain if you made a beer taste like you were chewing on a barrel, Matt would like it.
oh, yeah.
Especially if it was 10 or more ABV.
I'll gargle in the corner with it, like, for sure. That'd be great.
Bottle opening's a small hole, bro.
Are you referring to the bung hole?
I need to be for my.
Yeah. Don't flirt with me with your bunghole over there.
Not a problem for me.
Oh no, definitely not. No, I haven't found a tiny enough crevasse I can't.
John, you are first to score this.
Am I?
Yep.
I do think it's really good. I miss a little bit of the complexity. I'm gonna go 4 1/4.
Oh, that's a cool bottle cap.
It's cool.
Is it racing flags?
No, it's an L on a blackboard. Blacksmith.
Oh, Kevin's back here.
Anvil.
That says Kyle's there too. Awesome dude too.
He's trying to play catch up
Too late,
now.
bro.
All right, so you said 4 1/4, John. Brian, what about you?
I'll give it a 4-5 because that's one of the best barley ones I've had out of the 6.
What's funny is I think we have like 4 of them just in that pile of beers right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Tavor just came in. You're welcome.
No, but I'm just saying in general. It's like, that's funny. He's like, oh, I've had like 5 or 6. And I'm like, shit, I can
You've
count
got
like
more
4.
over there than I've had in my life.
Oh, I know we do. In
Feel,
that. Ooh, if you've never had many barley wines, so what you need to do is you got to go to the liquor store, find Revolution's Straight Jacket.
Ooh,
That is one
staple.
of the all-time barley wines. It's a barrel-aged barley wine
Okay.
from Revolution out of Chicago.
Yep.
It is from their wooden barrel series. For the 4-pack, it's like $25, but that's really not
It's a
bad.
4-pack.
Yeah, it's 4-pack, 12-ounce beers. Like, it's pretty damn good. And the flavor is top-notch. It is one of the all-time barley wines.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I got to score real quick. You said 4 1/4. You said 4 1/2. I agree with 4 1/4. Now you can go. So it's 4 1/4 average.
All right. As I mentioned before, I am not a huge fan of barley wines. However,
Not everybody can be right.
The barley wine is life.
Barley one is life. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, he knows that. He's had that many to know.
I know guys don't drink them. I probably am death.
I'll be honest, man. I enjoyed this one. I really did. What was the brewery again?
River North.
River North.
River North. First beer from River North. First barley wine I've actually enjoyed. I think it was done excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll score it a 4-5.
Nice.
Nice.
Matt, what would you have given it? Not that you count, but
I'm going to agree with the official Two Bearded Guys.
Oh, just long on that.
I've had enough River
I've never
North
heard
that
that
I'm
in my
like,
life.
this one wasn't
Neither.
quite the top tier, but it's really damn close. 4 1/4 for me. Chris Nice jumping on says Kyle's cool too.
They all just feel bad now.
I know.
They all give Brian so much love that they're like,
Right.
See what happens you don't get bones? Getting that second
notice
fiddle
how
action
sure I
now,
wasn't
pal.
like overfilling yours real quick. Like, which one's his? Oh, there it is.
I'm
Thank you,
playing
I
off
appreciate
of everybody's emotions right now.
I'm in a glass cage of emotion.
I want to be included.
So did Matt. You didn't give him any love.
That's how I wind up with half my predicaments in life.
Well,
A
so-
little more is fine.
All right.
It's like, well, going for the last
Perfect.
couple beers, maybe I'll have a little more. That was his play. He's skeptic about our beer selection. He's like, after the wine pours, and now that he's realized, no, we got some good shit, like, maybe I'll have a little more.
Smart fucking man. He ain't dumb. All right, so this is AleSmith Brewing Company Speedway Stout. John absolutely ordered this because it's Speedway Stout. Imperial Stout with coffee. 12% ABV. They're out of San Diego.
The whale's vagina.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. All right.
We got them both in.
Great American Beer Festival 2008 Small Brewing Company of the Year. Speedway Stout's ominous pitch black appearance has become a hallmark of this modern day classic. Chocolate and roasted malts dominate the flavor, supported by notes of dark fruit, toffee, and caramel. A healthy dose of locally roasted coffee from Ryan Brothers Coffee Incorporated, added to each batch, brings out the beer's dark chocolate flavors and enhances its drinkability. Despite its intensity, Speedway Stout's fine carbonation and creamy mouthfeel make it very smooth and surprisingly easy to drink. This beer ages very well and will continue to mature for many years to come. This beer's great balance makes it a very food-friendly Imperial Stout. Pair its roasty flavors and robust mouthfeel with rich beef dishes and charred-grilled foods. Both chocolate and vanilla desserts also pair well.
Rich beef.
I know, like, that was like rich beef. Like that should be a beer.
I instantly
No.
go out beef curtains.
Do salty,
Rich beef dish should be a metal name.
do salty blue cheeses like Stilton and hard nutty cheeses like aged Gouda and cloth-bound cheddars. Whew.
Wow.
The
right,
number
so
of
you-
words is inversely proportional to the quality
Holy
of the
shit,
think
there's
that's a
so
bigger
much
bottle.
on that goddamn
my
bottle.
God.
First
They
of all,
took full of it.
Yeah.
that's being called
Large
Speedway beer.
format.
I thought it was gonna be like, from Speedway here in Indy.
No.
No.
And second of all, with
you
all
like
the
that
food
deep fried?
pairings there, what do you cook us thing? Like, do you
Second half?
appreciate the food pairings on the bottle?
I think a beef Wellington would be good with this.
You've been on a roll with beef Wellington.
You
lately.
fancy
That's the
son of a
second beer.
bitch.
That's the second beer in 3 weeks you've said would age.
I've never
or
even
fail
had a
on me.
Wellington.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I'd love to
Me
try.
neither.
Oh, dude,
Sounds
I
amazing.
would too.
You've never had a Wellington?
No, but I watched a lot of Hell's Kitchen.
But you know
I
this
love
would go good with
Wellington.
it. You never had it? Get your finger out of your ass. That's what I say.
He watches a lot of Hell's Kitchen, but I have, and they're great.
Carrots! I need more fucking carrots! Like, that's all I
fucking
know.
donkey.
Like, how can you
Is that
work for that
Ramsey
guy?
doing that? Okay. all
My
right.
favorite part about Ramsey, though, is that, have you ever watched him on the kids' Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
He's like the
Or
polar
those
opposite
are
or
kids'
what?
Master Chef.
But they
whatever.
did a Hell's Kitchen
He's-
episode.
But he's such a, wonderful human, supportive and all this stuff. And then they fucking flip it to adults, and he's like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah. That episode of the it was
There's
it's
something.
not Hell's Kitchen, it is
It's just the
Top
coffee. I know
Chef,
what you're
I
looking
don't
at.
even know.
You're looking for it. I'm there. It's. I think it's just,
same.
There's something on the nose I don't like.
I was a little metallic smelling. Sorry, I just went straight in for a gulp. Like,
There is something on the nose I do not like.
coffee bean can get a little vegetal.
I'm getting vegetal real bad on it.
Like coffee beans, a lot of times present as green peppers.
Oh, yeah.
So is that what you're?
I'm just getting a
from it?
really vegetal smell.
Slightly metallic taste. I'm not huge into coffee in my stouts.
John's doing it.
Still don't know what the
He
fuck
never
I'm looking
gets
for.
it right. Let me do it.
No.
It's not what you're looking for, dumbass.
I don't.
What are you trying to do?
he's looking for the sailboat.
Wait a minute.
So
He
if
got
there
split hard and turned his
is
head.
a heavy iron metallic to it, Smo taught us that if you take it, no, I'm not getting it.
Spread it on your skin.
And the oil in the beer, it basically causes the rust smell to come out if it's in there.
Interesting.
Smartest man in beer.
And if it's there, I usually get it, so I don't think it's there. But John can't. John's for 1,000 times done this,
I'm like, I don't know.
and
how
then
to
been
fucking
like,
look.
"What do I do?
I just smell
I
mad.
don't see anything."
That's as far as I remember too, John. In fairness, I'm like, I know you just put it on your hand.
No, it's
And
a rust,
then
like
from
a
there, I
rust
just look at
iron
Tyler.
smell you're
Interesting.
looking for. But it's all. That's the one thing that I remember very well from Smo. And John gets to step 2 and
You know
goes,
what's really funny about that is I know this every time, and so I do it to remind Tyler to fucking do it because I know I'm gonna fuck it up.
John gets to here it goes. Shit. I got step 1 and 2 done.
I
What did you
forgot.
say? I know I stick my finger in, and I know it rub it on me. After I rub it on me, I don't know what to
Are
do.
we
So
still
he
going
sticks
finger
his
in?
finger in and rub it.
Listen, I always stick my finger in it first.
And give it a little rub.
We are talking about beer, right?
He sticks his finger in, smells it, it's fine.
Hey, are you watching?
Don't need to wipe anymore.
That's clearly wrong.
Oh, that's fucked up. The flavor's okay.
I think it's boiling out of the coffee that they used.
Well, I like coffee
Sorry for the bad
beers.
pun, but
I'm not a huge fan of this. The coffee it's green. It tastes young. That might be why I'm getting that vegetable pepper type bullshit on the nose. The flavor I don't get as chocolatey rich as they seem to describe.
I think it's chocolate and rich, but
I don't get that nice coffee flavor. I get a very vegetal. I'm not happy with it.
I don't think it'd pair well with beef Wellington.
Beef curtains, on the other hand. You rub it on. Stick your
You gotta,
finger,
so you gotta let them rub it
smell
first.
You're
Stick your finger in it.
Make sure you smell it first. It's fine.
no blood. All right, we're good.
it's not sour.
Well, that evokes the irony.
Yeah, the
taste.
iron. Yeah. No blood, no iron. Yep. Good.
I don't have a. Well, I do.
The when Matt doesn't know what to do button.
Yeah, it's great for that. When I don't have a button, I have a button.
Oh shit! So does she.
He's never found it.
Still searching.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't know about you guys.
I don't think it's bad. I'm not getting the vegetal that you're getting, but there's not much coffee in it.
Hey, the good news is you have another bottle of it back there that I saw today,
Oh, good.
so you can have Smo taste it at the next brew day.
All right, I'll do that. I'll take it this birthday.
So I saw a second keg back there. Do we have something back there carving up, little buddy?
No,
No.
That just empty.
we won't have
Keg
anything
of
until
lies?
Smo gets here.
Yeah, I suppose bringing our next kid. Which is our right wine.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because we're tapped out back there, literally right now.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not fun right now.
God damn it!
God, if only we knew people who made beer who could give us
Sell us
or
goods.
allow us to buy sixels.
We did. We did that, and now we're out of it.
That's the problem. Is we've ran out of it.
And if we knew someone could help us make beer, oh shit, we did that too. It's not ready yet.
You need to go pick us up another pachanga cans. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Changa.
We've learned that it's just nice to have a dirt cheap beer back there for when we want to keep drinking after the show. But we also usually have like something we made. Well, and by we I mean them because I never show up to brew day.
Much like Beer Fest.
Wow.
Is he wrong?
This year.
We've only got 2 to go. You're batting 500.
I was busy
And
this
suppose
year.
and now the year that he's the actual head coach is supposed to get better somehow. I doubt
I
it.
see that going the opposite direction.
It was just a bad year for Mondays and Saturdays. It's fine. He's such a dick. But we usually have something we brew, usually like a pachanga, and then something from like Windmill, Hoplore, insert brewery we've bought beer
Speaking
from.
of the devil,
because-
Chris Nice says he knows someone who has a Vienna lager for sale.
Oh, shit. Sold. Sold.
Both of them
Sold.
perked up like dogs with bacon
Sold.
strips.
Yeah, that would go really well with the Schwartz beer. we
Schwartz
just
beer?
made, so
Yeah, sold. It's sold. If you have one, it's sold. We'll buy it.
yeah.
Did you text him about the other shit?
Easiest sale you
Yes.
got a week.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, well, since you didn't answer John yet, or did he?
Did he answer you
Did
about
he answer
that?
Yeah, he answered.
Okay, all right. Never
Just
mind.
add that to what we're already buying.
Yeah.
It was so it left it kind of vague because it was about 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
I said after the show would text some more.
Yeah, we're just gonna add it. There's more being bought. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we want those
Anyway.
stouts.
Back to this. Again, he must not be a big fan either. Wow.
I told you, man. I'm not
Look at
huge into coffee beers. I mean, I'll choke it down.
Stouts are usually
I mean,
his
Yeah, no,
game.
for me too.
Said he likes
are my
stouts, I
thing,
mean-
but stouts are my thing. They are my thing. However, I'm not big into coffee stouts.
I like a lot of coffee stouts. I do not like this coffee stout.
Yeah, I don't like coffee, but I love a good coffee stout. This is not a good coffee stout,
No.
but I still,
Tyler,
I
no
wouldn't
happy.
say it's not good,
it's not.
Coming from the
I-
guy that still has his whole pour left.
Yeah,
bro. That is
I mean,
not-
he had
Throw
3 times
some
as much as I
shade.
started with.
Love
so,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
He had the same as what John and I started with. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's.
Huh?
I wouldn't say it's not bad,
Okay,
or I wouldn't say it's bad.
I know.
yeah. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just it's
not
meh. Like,
great.
I know where I'm scoring this. Like, cause
But-
it's a man
Speaking
beer.
of which, it is time to score it, and it is Brian first.
Oh, we're hitting that P
I'm
wall.
like Kyle. I'm not super fond of coffee in my stouts. I like coffee
Blasphemers.
notes from grain, but in terms of actually putting coffee in it, not usually my thing. So because to me the coffee isn't super prominent in this, I actually like it better than I otherwise would. I'll give it a 3.75.
I'm done, by the way, just in case everybody wants to know.
He's
finished my
lying.
pour.
That shit's still there. Just like Matt's hand.
I think I heard Matt away from like hearing distance.
No, just like Matt's hand. Where you got the fist bumping.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Sorry again.
Normally that'd be something I do. I'm just so oblivious to shit that
I just love the fact he straight up went.
I was watching his eyes. He looked at Matt. He didn't look at his hand.
Sure. So you said what? 3 and a what?
3.75.
Well, I'm giving it a 1.75. So
Wow.
I thought it was drinkable, but I do think if it has it on the label, it should be in the beer. If it says coffee on the label, it's not really in it. So I was gonna go a 2.75.
Jesus. You literally averaged what we like. That's funny as shit. No, he
did.
said 3.75. I said 1.75. John was literally the dead middle on that.
2.75.
It's hard being right, isn't it, John?
It's hard being right.
So it comes out to a 2.75 average.
Quick
Going
math.
wrong doesn't make you a fence sitter; just makes you right.
That's funny as hell. God damn it.
Yeah.
Matt, what would you give it?
It was an average
He's
beer.
still drinking his, so we got to give Kyle a second.
It was an average beer, gets an average score. Slightly below.
You ready to order
2.75.
yet?
It was slightly below.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
2.75.
That's what the average was.
Slightly below.
Shocker.
It's hard being
hey,
right.
you finished, guys. What's up, Kyle? What about you?
Give it a 5 just to.
I'll play devil's advocate because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I'll give it a straight up 3.
I almost thought about that, but then I was like, it just
Maybe
didn't
it's because he
quite
took so long to drink it. He got some notes we did.
It warmed up.
It warmed up more for me.
Oh yeah, because
himself.
the cellared beer needed warmed up.
Yeah.
It literally sits right there behind you.
He breathed into it or something.
All our stouts are covered a nice solid basement temp.
Yeah.
Like,
Tasting my own breath.
I'll give myself a.
He took a big old hit on the fog and then took a drink. He's like, there it is.
that tastes a lot better now.
Was this one of them Fruity Boy stouts?
That tastes like circus penis.
All right, so this is from Distill Brewery. This is the Dos Vidania. I may or may not have bought it today based on the name. I did. That's all right. This is the rye barrel aged rye whiskey imperial stout.
That would be a reason to buy it.
Yeah, I saw that second.
You mean all those things? Yeah.
Hey, shit, we got more to read. Like a nesting doll, the secret of Dos Vidania Imperial Stout lies locked deep within her
Is it a moist nesting doll?
matryoshka.
Is there any other kind?
The word is matryoshka or whatever, and it goes or nesting doll, so I just skipped.
But not after you got the first syllable out. Yeah, made it way worse.
The secret of Dos Vidania Imperial Stout lies locked deep within her dark, mysterious, and elaborate wooden layers.
Holy crap.
We said Dos Vidania, or farewell, to the hidden soul of this oak rye whiskey barrel aged beer for several months before now revealing its rich, robust, and roasty maltiness that finishes dry with a pleasant spiciness from the barrel and added rye. Please consume slowly and enjoy. Cheers.
This will be right up Kyle's alley then.
Support.
God damn.
2 points. To the gentleman in the middle.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
Does this have the
We wrote
ABV
it
on it? Or
beforehand.
Clarence
That
Brown?
is fucking dark.
I didn't hear an ABV. Did anyone else get I missed
I
it?
haven't looked yet.
Okay. I'm curious with this.
And by I haven't looked, I mean I have. I know relatively what it
Okay,
is.
well, like a Russian Imperial barrel aged. I'm excited for this. Also, I'm excited because of all the organic mouthfeels that were mouth felt today. Because
13.6.
Woo!
Who's mouth?
So we have some of this a normal viewer that has a mouthfeel game at home.
I like
She
that.
has a dry erase board that she's got to keep tally on, and then she takes a drink for every time we say mouthfeel. Mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel?
And then there's just an organic mouthfeel from you earlier. There was a mouthfeel on the bottle that you read earlier. I was like, oh my god, we're just getting mouthfeels left and right.
I like a natural mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I think this is the third time Tyler got broke today.
I'm so happy right now. This is a good night.
Yeah.
It's the first one you've had to do that with.
Fun time.
Yeah, I mean, you were spot on. You were batting 1,000 till this one.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. Still a great batting average. I'll take a 750. It's fine. That nose is fantastic.
Smells
Yeah.
moist.
They were ready.
Yes. Per the label, they were ready to open her up to the world.
Buried deep in her layers. I'm
It's
pretty sure
like
that's what Tyler said.
Motrishka or something like that. And I started to read it, went, nope. Or Russian nesting doll. Problem is, it came out a moist Russian
Yeah,
Russian
you should have
nesting
thought just
doll.
one syllable harder and then tapped out.
It's fine.
Fuck yeah, moist mouthfeel.
Moist Russian nesting doll.
So wet on the tongue.
That is a very pleasant mouthfeel.
That is a creamy, rich, soft mouthfeel.
Giggity.
Well played.
I ain't mad at this.
That's very pleasant.
I
man.
am very glad this went last.
Yeah.
No, if I might say, most anticipated beer.
And anticipated?
Anticipated.
Words.
The most constipated beer.
Words are hard.
Take two. My most anticipated beer of the night. I am glad I picked it.
I really
I'm-
wish when he went take two, he'd have fucked it up
I
again.
am,
It's just what it-
Well, we're gonna take three. Don't worry.
This is
I chased
exactly
3,
right.
4, and 5 planned in case I needed them.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
See, it's contagious. Not just me.
We are on our 12th beer of the night.
my God.
I mean, it's fine.
Pleasantly surprised this came from a can and not a bottle.
Oh, this is just fantastic. This is a great night.
God,
Roasty.
yeah.
It's got the there's some caramel notes in there, some vanilla notes.
I'm
I'm just gonna not talk.
Yeah, it's not working well for me.
Yeah, it's not going good around the circle. You gotta be careful. Play the skip card.
with
Play
you guys
Uno.
both being at Hoosier, how long have you been there?
About 3.5 years.
And what about you?
Man, I've been with Hoosier since about 2016.
All right, not too far from start.
Yeah.
So one thing about it, you guys keep growing, right? You have now the axe throwing, which started during COVID-ish.
And
Actually,
started
right
when we
before.
opened, yeah.
Yeah,
We
so-
opened, so the current.
What's next is where I'm going with this, because you guys keep growing. You guys are always doing something new.
Curling.
And before we get into what's next,
Oh my God! People in
we've gone
Cincinnati
this
are
whole
in a
time not
curling
mentioning the
league.
pizza. Because I really do like the pizza there.
Bro,
I have had the pizza. It's pretty fucking good.
Fucking
best
tasty.
pizza on the south side of Indianapolis. Not even gonna lie.
Well, it's the only one that doesn't have razor blades or meth in it. So, yeah.
yeah.
Look, at least
Can confirm. No razor blades or meth.
Can confirm. No, it's damn good pizza. I really enjoy. I think it's a great place to go to. I've been there for a bachelor party. I've been there for birthdays. I've been there just because.
I probably served you guys.
Oh,
You didn't even know
100%, 100%. You were definitely serving me pizza last time I was there. So
Is that the only thing he was serving you?
that time.
was John wasn't extra sausage.
Yeah, he added the
It was
secret
the
sauce.
all meats.
Listen.
If you're trying to defend yourself off of that comment, you maybe did it.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
Was there a hole in the bottom of the pizza?
Dick in a butt.
Step one.
Our sausage is phenomenal.
Is it plump? Is it girthy?
Step one. You fold up the bun.
It's just big
Cut a
pieces
hole
of
in the
sausage.
box.
Step 3
enjoy sausage pizza. Our
With the
sausage
sausage
is
on it.
amazing.
is it? Please tell that your tagline. Like, come see Hoosier. Our sausage is amazing. We also have beer.
Can I make that T-shirt?
Yeah, can we custom make a jersey with that?
We can, yeah.
Sorry,
Sausage on the
sausage.
back.
Oh, shit.
Great pizza. Okay, and now what's coming next?
Besides your sausage.
Oh, damn it!
Coming next.
You really
Wait,
teased
what
that one
came
up, John.
first?
That's clearly wrong.
I did.
Anyway, so what's
shit.
coming up for Hoosier? Like, what's new? Even if it's nothing huge, even like a beer that's coming out, something like, give us a taste,
I mean,
you know?
well, you guys got a little
that's-
preview of what's to come the next couple of weeks. Dragon fruit.
Oh, that's what's
Wasn't even
new?
out yet.
Yes, yeah.
It's not.
Oh, you didn't
Oh,
tell us
oh,
that.
oh,
we
shit.
There's one down there too. A cherry cobbler
Yeah, cherry
has not been.
And you
released
guys
yet.
are leaving
Out
us some
there.
of those beers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think we talked a little bit at Full Fest this year. I guess technically still. I was at the Hoosier Fest. You guys are lining up that again next year. Is that something
Yeah,
you can look
yeah.
forward to again?
We
Because that was a lot of fun.
definitely plan on doing it again next year. Haven't started planning it just yet, but
In the
I would
works.
love to see it happen again for
Hey,
sure.
if you guys ever need some party starters, let us know. You
Well-
saw what we're good at, you know?
Yeah, we'll definitely. I think we'll definitely do another brew fest for sure.
I love it.
I mean, it's a great little park area for the amphitheater. Like it was
Yeah.
a brand new,
Dude.
lovely area.
So that day,
Lovely area.
that day,
It really was grooming acre.
It was fucking miserable to start.
Yeah, it was a little
Oh,
soppy.
yeah.
Oh, dude, it poured for the first couple hours while we were all
Whoa.
loading in and all that shit.
I was wearing a white T-shirt. It was.
It was very
Yeah,
wet.
it was good
Very
time.
showy.
Now we're in, boy!
Selling them tickets.
Come 1:00 when the event actually started, like it was like it was meant to happen. I mean,
Oh, that's cool.
Clouds parted, sun shone down,
man.
all that shit.
Yeah, the
Birds flew out of your sausage.
No, that was out his ass.
Oh, well.
I keep waiting to ask if the big hole's filled in yet.
In your pizza?
In front of their store. But
But yeah, it ended up being a great day. We had Wheatus out that day.
You had what?
Wheatus.
Wheatus. Teenage dirtbag?
Teenage Dirtbag.
Sorry, I heard
bro.
weed.
You stopped hearing after what you wanted to hear.
I did, yes.
There was probably weed out there.
There was none that I was around, I assure you. I
But,
probably sniffed that.
As Matt was like,
Yeah, man, it turned out to be a
No.
great day. We definitely plan on doing it again.
badass.
I don't know if we'll shoot for a big name band
Yeah.
or well known band.
That shit's
next
expensive.
Year.
the Y store next year.
Listen, we had the Y store for October 29th for our Halloween event.
There you go.
So Y store they were great. God, that night the tap room was just
that you in
fucking
the
packed.
Yeah.
So they have a huge following. So it's definitely possible.
Chris Nile
it
says,
was
if you're struggling
uncomfortable.
for things that are coming
It was,
up, there might be a Windmill and Hoosier collab next year coming up.
Yeah.
The one we're supposed to
Anyway,
have,
Chris.
Try to help you out
this
there.
year.
Dude,
You
notice
can blame
how
that on me.
Notice how he straight up just tried to be like, if I put them on blast
It-
on
it's
live camera where it's recorded and will always be able to look back
Yeah,
on.
and they're like,
No, I can
they-
pick up the context when we did the winky
Chris
face
ain't dumb.
emoji.
Chris is straight up like, I'm gonna throw them on fucking right here. You're not the first one who's done that too.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
And you won't be the last.
We've collabed with Windmill, I think, twice in the past. So it's
I
definitely.
mean, it's a great brewery to collab with. Why wouldn't you want to?
We
I mean,
love Windmill.
they're
Awesome
making
cats.
fucking
Oh, we do.
fire out of Dyer, Indiana.
Right. Yeah.
Did you mean to rhyme that? Seriously?
Fire and dire. I thought you were
Did that just happen, or did you mean to
Oh,
do
it was
that?
on purpose, baby.
Okay, I don't really give you that
Unlike
much
you,
credit,
my tongue
but
isn't tied other than when I try to say whatever the fuck that one word was.
moist. Yeah, you got it.
They want to see this.
Fuck yeah.
Speaking of that moist
We do need
nesting
to rate
doll,
this beer. And
yeah, can we rate this moist nesting doll?
Yeah, score-wise, we're fine.
I know it's fine, but
Scores-wise, it was a fantastic beer. I'm first. I'm giving it a 4.75. That was a fucking stupid stout. I'm giving it a 4.75.
Strong score, Tyler.
that's what I was going to give to was a 4.75. I think it's fantastic.
Brian?
I'll give it a 4.25.
You've had 6 barley wines. You scored like shit. Why the fuck are you here again? No. Oh, wait, because you do this. Give me some. Oh, yeah. There we go.
See
Your
how
door,
far
your
that
door was
goes?
unlocked. I stumbled in. I thought it was a gangbang, and it turns out it's a fucking beer show. So
Yeah,
I mean, so you're disappointed?
Just wrong day.
Hey, so you were disappointed.
yeah, I was a little bit.
in fairness, he did
It's
answer.
beer, so
When I answered the door, it was kind of like old school, where it's like, I'm here for the gangbang. He's got a trench coat on. I happened to find that shirt like somewhere and give it to him.
Just go back to the ring
If you got, yeah, I literally said that out there.
He said that shit.
I was outside. I go, I'm here for the gangbang.
I'm gonna go save that. I will post that.
Yes, please.
Do it, because I literally said, while the ring doorbell is recording.
You're like, I hope we're at the wrong house.
Oh, that'd been even better.
I'm talking about the movie, old school.
Yeah,
I'm not
then
really
you
here
would have
for
been
the
Oh,
on.
no, we're editing out that part.
Yeah, I mean, they got a neighborhood watch around here. You definitely would have been on the radar
fuck.
if you're at the wrong
What are you
house.
talking about? This neighborhood watches a bunch of alcoholics. It's fine.
Exactly. I mean, he'd be viral.
He'd be invited in everywhere. This neighborhood, I swear. So that comes out to a 4.5 average. Fucking stupid, fantastic beer. Matt, what would you give it?
Real quick, Chris Knight says, believe if I saw that label right, those boys are from Chi. I'm guessing he's mean Chicago. Probably what's in your hand there. The hand that does not give bones.
Still? I don't know.
They're somewhere in Illinois.
I think it's the Chi-Town area.
I'm gonna actually agree with a 4.25 because this is really good, but it's not my tops yet. Like
Normal
the 4.5,
Illinois.
4.75 being those best. It's
That's
not
the most
quite
Illinois
there.
town ever.
This is supposed to.
This is a 4.25 plus. Like it's strong, but it's not enough to get
So
4.5.
4.5.
Not
All right,
enough to get 4.5 for me yet.
I'm gonna have to agree It's
See, we
not-
could be best
now.
friends if you just like to bust bones, man. Like,
Sorry, man. Not a
Your
huge,
face. Nice. Got it?
Yep. Just download it.
I'm so happy.
not a huge fan of rye whiskey, therefore not huge fan of rye barrel.
I would politely disagree. I'm not a big fan of rye whiskey typically, but rye barrels on a stout can bring out great notes, and I think this one encompasses that.
And yet you scored it like shit.
I give it a 4 1/4. It's just below the best beers I've ever had.
Both cans.
Nice.
I'm gonna stick with the same 4.25. I mean, I think it's a great beer. Not
Stab my
being
foot on that damn screw
crazy
that I
about
fixed.
rye, but I think it's a great beer. I'm not disappointed in it at all.
Guys, it is.
Yeah, we're gonna
Beer
wrap
of the
this up.
nighttime.
So it's beer of the nighttime. I hope you don't need me to pull all these damn bottles out over here. What is, Matt, your beer of the night?
Doesn't have to be your highest rated. It's what beer stood out the most to you, Matt?
Am I allowed to do circus penis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything we drank tonight.
I'm gonna go with circus peanuts then. Like that actually was pleasantly surprising. I hate circus peanuts. It was well done. It tasted good. It was fun. If we're going off of the table beers, I'm gonna go with our moist nesting doll. But unofficially, I'm gonna go with circus peanuts. Like that was just a fun, interesting, different beer, and I really liked it.
Kyle.
Kevin,
Best
right?
beer of the night for me. Dank Demon. Great Lakes Brewing.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
John.
Bro.
The Goza. We haven't had much Gozas lately, and that just...
Goza was good.
I really like that
Was
Goza.
good.
So that hit the spot.
Brian.
I'm gonna go with the Dank Demon as well.
You
It's
Hoosier
been a minute
boys.
since I've had one like that.
Dank Demon.
I mean,
Like, it's not even close.
Hoosier together, die together.
Like, Dank Demon shocked the shit out of me.
that was like a Nick Cage movie. It was so bad it came back around to being good.
I've had a shit ton of Great Lakes beers. I have not had very many that made me be like,
Like you said, if you want
man, I'm buying more of this.
if you
like,
want a West
soon.
Coast, there's not many around.
And that was
Well, I mean, granted, we're on the East Coast, considered still. We're Midwest,
we're literally
technically.
the
but-
Midwest.
Midwest.
But I mean, if you look at the map, we're like
But
on the
that
east
is
of the middle.
fucking
Yeah, we're like a
fantastic.
quarter of the way across the country.
Yeah, like that, we're not Midwest. We're like Mid East.
When I moved here, I had to ask people, like, is Indiana is that Midwest or what? It's
the Mid-East.
What is it? Like,
Yeah,
where is Indiana?
Damn it.
We're still like we're almost Southern draw, but
Are we
not.
the
That's where
Middle
we
East?
are.
Maybe.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This has been a stupid fun show.
Great
Check out
show.
all our sponsors. We didn't give any
shouts
love to
to.
our friends or sponsors, but you know they'll live. Anyway, it's
Because
on
they pay
camera.
us so much.
They'll
Oh, they
live.
don't.
I mean, they actually technically one has paid us quite a bit.
Well, yeah. I
They
mean,
quit
it's Ugly Pete.
The one just hosts our podcast and pays and takes care of all that side of things.
All right, so I'll shout. All right, who are those two?
All right, so we got Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Our drunk shenanigans.
And then you have Ugly Pete, my bad, Water Performance Technologies, LLC. If you're a brewery and need water, like, talk about a man
He's
who
pretty
makes
good
good
at what he
water.
does.
You know, it's not like it's important to brewing or anything, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
And we're at Mason hit Indiana on tap. You go ahead and just get 3 of them.
Well, they don't sponsor us. They're just a friend of the show.
Oh well, all right then. Fine.
We
Fuck
partner. It's a partnership.
But anyway, I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Dog BQ.
Brian Pine from Hoosier Brewing Company.
Kyle Thomas, Hoosier Brewing Company.
Off-screen Matt, not Hoosier Brewing Company.
And obviously,
Off-screen pubes.
I just want to make fun of Indiana on tap for one. You know, mostly because Brian and Justin will be on in the new year. Can't wait to have them back on the show.
Hey, we're going to
I said Brian. Justin and... Wow. No,
Barton?
just Barton. I said Brian. I said...
we're going
I
to
was
bully
thinking about
them.
you.
There's too many Brians.
I'll say about you know. That
you
white
can-
t-shirt, man.
I
You
said
know?
about you gargoyling in a white T-shirt.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You're gonna play that ring loop over
Oh,
and over again with a
definitely.
white T-shirt.
We're going
for
to
the
bully them
gangbang,
into
yeah.
letting us do some sort of special event at a baseball game, right?
We don't have to bully him. It's already been offered.
Perfect.
Anyway, but we'll be back next week for our
Christmas special.
Christmas special.
No guest next week.
no guest,
Unless it's some randomly pop up. Who knows?
which we have told anyone they're allowed to show up.
So
But
factually, we're actually going to do the claymation special we talked about, right?
Yeah. This is going to be like Community and their Christmas
we're doing the
special.
12 beers of Christmas, all German beers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, have a fucking wonderful night. Later.
And Merry Christmas to all.
Fuck all of you.
Thanks for having us.
Youch!
Absolutely. John, we have 5 minutes. I know we're running way past normal time, but if, he wanted to try a really good sour, you should go grab us one. They're a 12
So
ounce bottle. It goes
should
down
I
quick.
click we're
You got a
stopping?
long
Or,
drive.
A little
It's a
bit's
12
fine.
ounce
okay,
bottle.
are we
of Mo.
stopping or are we keeping going?
Oh, we should be stopped already.
Okay, we're leaving. Bye.